Up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero.
Oh, look at me. I'm retarded. I'm a globe.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind, coming to you 250 miles above your imagination in the International Space Station. I'm up here with Something Wong. My good friend Johnny's over here with us too. He's in the vacuum toilet, having a little bit of space sickness here tonight. You hear him coughing. He didn't handle the last pressure test real well.
That's right.
The last pressure test got him real good. So, some interesting shit going on here in the world. Got some cool people here in the chat already. Sugary Nose, Kevin Barber's in here. Push Button 62. Saddle Bum, what's happening, bud? Don's here. Let's see who else. Twilight Nights, of course. First one every time. Starting to suspect that Something Wong might be Twilight Nights. Just starting to suspect that a little bit. Let's see. We got Forjax RPV 68. Keelan Prudhomme is with us. It looks like a German name. Prudhomme. Proudhome. Okay. Lisa, what's happening, baby? Lisa Marie Tattersall's here with us from Mama Lisa's Apothecary. We got Memorial Gardens. Good to see you. Let's see. Who did I miss? Anybody in Rems with us here? Tony Coriolis. Let's see. Delight. Daniel Watkins. Oh, there's a bunch of people. Keith Maskell. I got so many people in here, I can't even keep up with it, man. This shit just keeps whizzing on by. Anyway, voter fraud. Is it real? Of course it is, man. And as the desperation of the globe gets more and more evident, we see more and more of the desperation becomes obvious. Very, very obvious. Been told that InfoWars has said that they are ever going to discuss Flat Earth again. They're not allowed to talk about it. The Harrison guy, the Harrison guy has been blocking Flat Earthers on X, and people ain't stupid, man. This is their worst thing, is they go, oh, these people are stupid. I believe Flat Earth, blah, blah, they must be stupid, right? Okay. Well, people are paying attention because I want to bring this up. This was from Robot Polisher, and it was on X today. Let me bring this up. In fact, is there a timestamp on this? It was, and then Witsit commented on it. I'm going to bring up his comment. Okay, so wild swing on the back end. Because if you were paying attention, this poll was running neck and neck. And to the point where Flat Earth had actually gone into the lead. And in about the last hour that the poll was open, it swung the other way. Almost like they must have had an unforeseen pipe break in the middle of the night or something, It's like, what happened there? All of a sudden, oh my God, we got to vote on this thing. But the thing is that these are bots or whatnot. Well, we'll get into it. Let me just show you this. So it was 11 hours and 5 minutes was left in the poll, and Flat Earth was at 56%. Globe was at 44%. And after final results was 65,000, okay, it ended up going 41% to 59%. Now, Witsit brought up some interesting shit here. I don't know if y'all can see that at home. I don't think I can magnify an image on here. I can't. But anyways, it says in the last 11 hours of the InfoWars Flat Earth versus Round Earth debate poll, the numbers swung from the following. In the first 13 hours, 43,428 votes. It was 43.5%. It was 18,891 votes for Round Earth. Flat Earth was at 56.5, which is 24,537. And then in that final results, 65,508 votes. Round Earth went up to 38,388 votes. Flat Earth up to 41.4 with 27,120 votes. 41.4%. Thus, in the last 11 hours, the reported voting trend was as followed. So there was 22,080 new votes. New Round Earth votes that was 19,497. That's 88.3% of the total. And the new Flat Earth votes was only 2,583, only 11.7%. So in the last 11 hours, the trend completely changed now to where only 11% of the people voting in it were for Flat Earth. So for over half of the voting period, there was a 56.5 to 43.5 offset between flat versus round votes. Then in the last half, less than half of the voting period, somehow Flat Earth only got 2,583 more votes, which is only 10.52% that of the first half. So it was just 10.5% of the whole first half of the whole voting period. Meanwhile, Round Earth got more in the last 11 hours than it did in the first 13 hours when the poll was fresh. During the second half, the Round Earth got 88.3% of the vote, while Flat Earth only got 11.7% of the vote. Reminds me of a recent election where several states got a 90% one-way vote swing after midnight. Organic or bot farmed. The conclusion of the debate doesn't change based on votes, but it is very strange that this would happen during the last hours. And it's also very strange that someone would take the time that they have to take the time to do it. If it's inconsequential, if it doesn't matter, why does it have to be even manipulated at all? Right? And that's clear. That's clear that it was.
Why didn't take the time?
You know, so yeah, this is what Robot Polisher had to say on it. He says anything close to a 59-41 final result in an FE poll put out by non-flat earthers is a huge win for FE, period. And I have to agree. 10 years ago, it would have been 99-1. Calling attention to the fact that some of these polls are very likely being manipulated by bots isn't about winning or losing. It's about calling attention to the fact that someone cares enough to do it in the first place. I ask again, why would anyone manipulate an insignificant flat earth poll? Why? And this is, I like this comment he had here too. And if FE is a psyop, why aren't the results being manipulated to make it appear as if FE is a more popular instead of less? It's a damn good question, right? I mean, if flat Earth is a CIA or government psyop to fool people, right? Then don't you think they would have run it with a higher majority? Come on now. What do we got? Hey, you stupid fellow flat earthers. What's up, Greg? And that's Mr. Stupid Fellow Flat Earther to you, buddy. Yeah, I know these things. There was another poll too that they jumped in and manipulated on too. It happened right at the middle of it. Let me see if I can find it. All right, wait a second. Let me find it. Is it? Somebody put a thing about Dominion voting. Yeah, we just got a bot topic. Oh yeah, Harrison's been blocking people. Harrison Smith's been blocking a lot of flat earthers on. Now I don't know. I can't say. Maybe these guys are going in there being assholes. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to what they talk to. But when Harrison said this was his quote right here. He said, flat earth is the transgenderism of conspiracy theories. 10 years ago, no one had heard of it. Now easily influenced people make it their whole personality. But look, let's see if that's absolutely true. Let's see if that's absolutely true. Harrison, you butt monkey. 1927, 1885, 1963, 1914, and there's music I'll get in trouble for. 1893. So this is anywhere but it's a lot longer than 10 years ago. That's 158 years ago. There's 1906, 1922. So it looks like Harrison's full of shit, isn't he? What's that say about InfoWars? People see this right there and they're serious about looking for truth, and they think InfoWars, like I and many of you were once, right? And then we found out, wasn't it kind of heartbreaking when you figured out that Alex Jones and that crew were gatekeepers? Of course it was. Of course it was. And don't not one of you tell me you knew it from the start either, because you're fucking lying. That's part of your progression as you start to recognize the gatekeepers, man. And you'll go through your whole little trash list of them. You'll go through a whole little trash list of them. Every one of us still have done it. Some of us still are doing it. Bill Hicks, right, Shawnee B? Look at here, 1922. Look at all these publications that we're showing. If for something that was only 10 years, not more, nobody over 10 years ago heard about this shit, right? So what's up? Yeah, he's let me see, is this the one? Okay, so yeah, all right. Robot Polisher says this was another one. He had a lot on this. I dig that guy's content, man. I don't know. If you're not subscribed to Robot Polisher, man, you need to go over onto X. He's also over here on YouTube. You need to check him out. Really, really good stuff, man. He says, here's another recent example of an FE poll being manipulated on a much smaller scale than the InfoWars poll. Who besides an intelligence agency or X itself would have the capability or motivation to spend time and resources on something so insignificant? So it's been on, this is a poll here, says it's been up 2.5 hours, currently has 502 votes, over half of which came within an odd 10-minute window. So you can see here that this is 21:35. That's 9:35 p.m. for people that don't know the 24-hour clock. And there was 149 votes there, and there it was. Flat was at 72%, Globe was at 17%, and then the ultimate poll, 22 hours, 8 minutes left. So in an 8-minute period, the vote changed from this to this, or from this up here at the top. Look at that. That's only 8 minutes. It's only 8 minutes. Right? Same date, 21:35. Is when he this is on his own phone right here.
Can you figure it up there?
What's that?
How much difference was it?
Well, 72%. There's it went from 17% to 65%, whereas Flat dropped to 30. But think about this. Look, there was another 414 votes. So there was a magic out of 300 some votes, 200 and some odd votes that came in. They all went over to Globe just in 8-minute period, in an 8-minute period, or 11 minutes. Yeah, 11 minutes. Right? So it's 22 hours, 19 minutes left, and the poll read that. And then when there was 22 hours, 8 minutes left, and 11 minutes goes by, and it jumps up like that. Come on, man. Come on. Now, how's that being done, right? That's got to be bots. There's no way you could coordinate people like that. There's no way. Not that quickly. So that just tells you that they're going through the effort. If it doesn't matter, why are they putting effort into that? Right? That's where you got to get at with this shit, man. No doubt, right? Wow. Just crazy. Yeah, pay no mind to the man behind the counter. All right, see you later, my man.
I'll see you later.
All right, watch the airlock on your way out. All right. What was this here? Things that make you wonder, Jack. Oh, yeah, this was kind of crazy. Little off topic for a second, but I found this and I thought it was cool. I'll just let you watch this for a second. That way I can partake of I have to do a pressure test for NASA. Yeah, that's it. Here we go.
Plants are rooted to the ground and have a small negative charge. The higher up the plant you go, the greater the electric charge. This creates an electric field around the flower. We can't see it, but these electrodes are picking up the energy of this tiny field and converting it into the sound that we can hear. Bees, on the other hand, have a positive charge. Friction whilst flying causes them to lose electrons. As a bee approaches a flower, the charged fields around the flower and the bee interact, and the sound changes. There. And when it lands, the positive and negative fields immediately cancel each other out. As this happens, there are two very surprising consequences. Firstly, the plant's negatively charged pollen actually jumps across onto the positively charged bee. Secondly, the plant has a changed electrical field, and when another bee comes along, it detects this altered electrical signature and avoids the flower. The plant is in effect telling the bee that it has no nectar and to come back later.
That is amazing. That's some crazy stuff, man.
Plants
Nature is just amazing. Nature is amazing. So this Harrison Smith, these people seem to think, I don't know, some of you might remember this. There was like this really stupid setup flat Earth debate, and you could tell that the entire thing, including both sides, was Globers. And they were really, I think it was set up to make flat earthers look stupid. Of course, why else would you do it? But this one guy, the guy in the video, looks suspiciously a lot like Harrison Smith. I remember this interview or this debate. I watched part of it. I think I watched somebody's breakdown of it, and it was retarded. I mean, it was really bad. But this guy looks exactly like Harrison. Tell me what you think.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay, tell everybody why you believe the Earth is flat, and then I'll go last.
So everyone starts out as a round Earth guy, right? You
Right.
taught that in school, right? Well, you get out there, you start going on the internet. Back, I was born in '85, so I'm like 38 years old, right? So I remember before and after the internet. Now,
Why did he have to think about his age? I'm 38 years old. What?
now we got the internet. So you go around, you look at stuff. And so they tell us that we're going 1 million miles an hour through space, right? We're orbiting the Earth, going so fast, right? And my position is that I don't feel the movement. I look at the horizon and I see no curve. I've been in planes, I see no curve.
Oh, you
That's
don't see the
where-
curve like a boat
I don't
going over
see,
the curvature?
there is, well, what is that?
Like when you see like a boat going like on the ocean, you don't see like how it curves? You're saying?
Well, we'll get to that. So
It's fine. It's fine. Okay,
So it could just be another Harry Potter lookalike, for all I know. Daniel Radcliffe. So I don't know, man. It sure as hell looks like him. I don't know. What do y'all think? I saw a lot of people say, yeah. What about this flew in a plane in the 70s? What? Oh, yeah, I get it now. Okay. I was born way back when. And that's not even way back when. When I was born is way back when. Okay. Where Mojo was born is way back when. We're like fossil brothers out here. Y'all got to watch us. Melt Shack's here. Good to see y'all. But yeah, I think that may have been actually him. It could have been. This was yeah, I said that for Robot Polisher. He said this was for the jabbed. Anything close to a 59.41. That is a huge win. So we got something going on. I see Whitson is trying to get on Hodge twins. I don't know if you know who they are. But Ozian's also trying to get on there too. So I don't know. Make of it what you will. I'll have to review that before we look at it because it's something about medical journals being deleted. This is another cool thing. I think bees are really awesome. There's another thing that bees do. Intelligence, man. This is random bullshit, random Big Bang evolution crap. Look at this cooperation and intelligence of these things. Although their choice of drink is probably, I wouldn't recommend it to them, but they want in there, they're going to get. Watch.
Please sit there. Please. 1 minute.
No,
I ask
Kat.
you, go to the bathroom.
Please, I don't want to do
Sorry,
something
I
don't
was-
want
Go
to.
to the bathroom.
Sorry, I was muted. Said Harvey Weinstein had his RAPE conviction overturned and by the New York court. So he'll be coming back into the scene, I guess. Here's meanwhile, a recording of him talking to a young, hopeful actress.
Please sit there. Please. 1 minute.
No,
I ask you,
Kat.
go to the bathroom.
Please, I don't want to do something I don't want
Go
to.
to the bathroom. Come here. Listen to me.
I want to go downstairs.
I'm not going to do anything. You'll never see me again after this. Okay? That's it. If you embarrass me in this hotel,
I'm not embarrassing you. It's just that I don't feel comfortable.
I mean, don't have a fight with me in the
It's not
hall.
money.
Please, I'm not going to do anything. I swear, my children. Please come in.
Quit doing it.
On everything. I'm a famous guy.
I'm feeling very uncomfortable right
Please
now.
come in now. In 1 minute. And if you want to leave, when the guy comes with my
Why
jacket, you can
yesterday you touched my wrist?
please, I'm sorry. Just come on. I'm used to that. Come on.
She says, "Why did you touch my breast?" And he says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just used to that." What? Sure. Oh, okay. Oh, well, never mind. As long as it's just something you're used to.
Me too.
It's fine. Yeah. Hey, I'm used to it. Come on over here. Good God.
Are you used to that?
Yes, come in.
No, but I'm not used to that.
I won't do it again. Come on. Sit here. Sit here for a minute, please.
No, I don't want to.
If you do this now, you will embarrass me. Let go. You'll call me again.
I want to start by thanking Harvey Weinstein for organizing this amazing day. Harvey. This is possible because of Harvey. He is a wonderful human being, a good friend, and just a powerhouse. And the fact that he and his team took the time to make this happen for all of you should say something.
That
It should say something.
something Wong has seen Michael's dong while he was wearing a thong. Oh, I'm rapping, y'all. There's hope. Very little. There is.
Please sit there.
Yeah, that guy makes me about sick. He about makes me sick. Oh, that's another thing too. So a probe, NASA probe, $1 billion NASA probe just sent back dazzling new photos of the giant planet and its great red spot. I'll pull that up for you.
I'd be probably cheaper than that.
Well, it says down here that the image is an artist concept of Jupiter's superstorm. So why didn't they use one of the photos? Why do they have to use a NASA artist rendition? Here, dude, eat some more acid, draw some more pictures. Hurry.
Artists have to work too.
Well, yeah, I guess so. But why don't you make real stuff? You know, and paint fruit and shit.
Yeah.
You know, isn't that what artists do?
Paint nude models.
So yeah, Robot Polisher also put out here. He said that InfoWars viewership jumped over 60% on Rumble alone when the debate started. Holy sheep shit! The amount of simpletons that consider Google a trusted source out here posting search trends, trying to convince themselves it wasn't as big as if it was itself extremely telling. And here's a little clip. Let me see what's going on with this real quick.
The debate yesterday, my dad was watching on Rumble and said, you know, when the debate happened, our viewership jumped from 8,000 to 13,000 on the live stream. Clearly got a lot of attention yesterday. The debate yesterday.
Wow. So that's information coming from his dad. So we don't know, though. This guy believes the Earth's a globe. So can we really trust what he says? Who'd that be? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, okay. Hang on a second. Let me do something. Hang on, sorry guys. Damn it. Anyway, get to some other stuff. I'm on live right now, Jaron. So anyway, where was we at? But I'll tell you what it did do for Witsit. Witsit's X subscription went up. His followers went up a huge amount. He went from 9,000 to 11,000 followers from pre-debate to after debate. So that's pretty interesting. That's kind of cool. Is this the one? The highlight reel. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can watch part of that. That'd be pretty good. This is a highlight reel put together by I'm not really sure who said it. It says the man, the myth, the legend, aka Bruce, aka okay. Yeah, this is Mindshock. Yeah, Mindshock did this breakdown. We should look a little bit at that. If you guys have not been to Mindshock channel, go there. He does some really great breakdowns of that. We'll come back to this. We'll definitely come back to this. I want to make sure I didn't have something else I wanted to show here real quick. Oh, history. We got to get into our history. These are Nazis playing in the ashes of Holocaust victims. Yes. Okay. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, is it or is it snowball?
That's not snow. You anti-Semite. That's you anti-Semite. That's the ashes from all the Holocaust victims, and they're just playing in them like nothing happened. Those monsters. I mean, that's just horrible. How can anybody? Oh, the humanity. Jiminy crickets, man.
That was what we tried to say.
No, I'm just joking. Oh, Lordy. Yeah, that was the full thing. I think I cut all of that. Other than McToon kind of freaking out about shit over the debate. What was going on with that? I think I covered some of that the other night. Yeah, because these people were getting really upset. Because when that poll was at higher than 50% for flat Earth, these people were coming all out of the woodwork, man. So this guy right here, they call me Sean or whatever on here. He said, even if you did actually convince a bunch of InfoWar level brainiacs to vote for flat Earth in a Twitter poll, and it wasn't just bots and jokers, the Earth is still a globe. You can't convince it to be flat, even if you somehow are convinced actually intelligent, honest people. And that's how bad they get. I mean, they really get this. It's like a religion. We saw that with our friend from the Load Lodge over on Flatzoid. He got really upset when you talk about his cult. He gets upset about that. He didn't like the intake too kindly there. Doing my best Sling Blade. Okay, right on. Let's see, what is it? A poll on emotions? Yeah, basically that's what it comes down to, man. That's what it ends up coming down to. But this one got me the best. It was funny as shit. Robot Polisher put out, he said, about McToon, this is funny as hell. He said, I'm not saying McToon is a serial killer clown that wears halter tops and heels while he eats babies, but if I was casting a movie and needed to find an actor to play a serial killer clown that wears halter tops and heels while he eats babies, this would be my guy. Just like, no. How did you even come up with that, dude? That is so funny, man. That is so funny. You skipped Harrison's introduction. Yeah, I think that's all there was to that. So let's take a look at Mindshock's review of this. Is that the one? Yeah, that's it. All right, hang on. Hang on, man. Quit starting without me, you bastard. Yeah, that's got to be that same guy as that other man. It looks, I don't know. There's a lot of NPC looking dudes like him, though. You know, they just kind of look like nondescript. You know, he could really just blend into a crowd real easy. You know. Let me share that. Yeah, this guy. He could really. He could. He's got that, like that meme even for an NPC. He's got that look like he's, you know, kind of. I think he was really uncomfortable during that. Just watching his body language, he seemed really uncomfortable. A lot of things were telling. He said he didn't know about science, didn't want to get into the science. And then after he come back from the break, I think you pointed that out too, that when you come back from the break, he said he started talking about the science aspect of it. And it's like, well, wait a minute, you didn't want to fucking discuss the science before. But an interesting thing is when they were doing, while Witsit was talking, InfoWars was putting imagery up that would make flat earthers look stupid.
Yeah.
You know, like a guy tearing up a globe beach ball trying to flatten it,
or
and
a disc out in space.
yeah, a disc out in space, or you know, the one I get they love to use too is a turtle swimming through space with an earth on its back or some shit like that. I'm like, where do you fucktards come up with this stuff, man? You know, I mean, just insane.
We knew going in.
Yeah, man. Now I have to know, is this Bruce's real voice, or does he use like an auto voice or something like that?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know, because it's like, okay, I mean, if it is his voice, that's fine. I've got used to it. At first, when I first heard it, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Is he doing that?
It's
Like,
really hard to listen to on 2 times speed.
oh my God. Yeah, that's what and usually I do that. That's why it sounded so weird to me. But yeah, I like his breakdown and shit. That one where he was like, I was sitting here about half pissing while I was laughing because he was dinging up all those logical fallacies on Flat Earth, Fight the Flat Earth. He was like, ding, 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 ding. And it was like, oh my God. And that's why Flat's always got him as the logical fallacy queen. And he's got on his little intro, Craig comes dancing out like in a little tutu and shit. And Mod Queen Bee starts throwing wrenches at him. I like that little, who is it? What's the guy's name that made that cartoon? Jamie Sea Level. Yeah, his name's Jamie Sea Level. He's pretty cool. I think he's probably in the bed or getting up to go to work about this time of day.
So about a month ago, InfoWars Twitter account put out a question: who do you want to see Harrison Smith debate? And your name was far and away the most popular response. So I'll just go ahead and begin. I want to start with sort of 3 preconditions from my perspective, what I'm bringing into this debate. First of all, I do not care if people believe in flat earth. I have absolutely no stake in the matter. I don't think people that believe in flat earth are stupid. I don't think that, I understand the impulse. I understand.
And really, I can understand everybody wanting Witsit to go and debate this guy. But after what I saw, it was like Flat Earth sent in a machine gun to a knife fight. You know, that's basically what happened. They sent a machine gun into a knife fight. This guy, I think Witsit probably could have done this sleeping, you know, easy. Anybody could have. It was like, you know, 2016 called. They want their globe arguments back there, Harrison, you know.
The questioning of institutions, I get all of that. I don't discriminate against flat earth people. I just simply, honestly, don't think it's really worth discussing. But we are discussing it here. And
wait a second. Hold on a second. He thinks it's not worth discussing while discussing it? What? What?
And making a big to-do about it. It's not worth discussing as they discuss it, as they advertise it, as they put preliminary polls and exit polls about it. What? And now I'm being told that InfoWars says that they're not going to discuss flat earth anymore at all. They're not allowed to or something. I don't know.
That's a problem.
2, I don't have any training, indoctrination. I barely have education in the matter. I have no...
This is starting off already. Now he's admitting that he doesn't have any education. So Okay, well, what is he really doing here? What would you say you do here?
But the second part is the spiritual aspect to this. And simply said, I do not believe that the shape of the earth has
He picked the wrong guy to be talking spirituality with here.
any
of it. I mean, really. I mean, for real, Bruce, any of it. This guy right off the bat says, I'm really ill-equipped for this. And I'm totally not being fed questions and information. Right.
spiritual importance whatsoever. Flat earthers seem to ascribe extreme spiritual significance to the shape of Earth. I do not.
Wow, seriously? That's kind of crazy. So he thinks God's handiwork has no importance whatsoever. He's here in his narcissistic spiral. This is crazy. He's now saying that his vision of God is what is important and not actual God or true reality.
Yep.
I mean, this level of narcissism, I don't think I've seen this before. This is quite unique.
So that's just why
I not what the truth is, not what reality is, but all about the I.
don't buy the flat earth arguments.
Again, whether he buys them or not is irrelevant to reality. Those are the claim satellites. On the right side are the really big ones, the football field sized ones. So you should be able to see all of those, especially on a 24-hour time lapse. Now on the left are the total amount of satellites and space debris. So you'd also be able, now obviously you wouldn't be able to see the space debris that's really far. But out of the thousands, tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, or even millions of pieces of space debris, any of the little pieces of space debris that were flying by the camera over a 24-hour time lapse, or even a 12 or 6-hour time lapse, there would be dozens, if not hundreds, if not thousands, that would fly very close to the camera that you would clearly be able to see regardless of exposure settings.
That being said, I know that this belief is essential to understanding the why of the
Yeah, even if you've seen them like as like you would a distant aircraft, you know, you'd still see it, especially like against the backdrop of the Earth or anything else. Like, I mean, they never see any of them. You don't see them anywhere, but supposedly you can see them all over the place on the ground because they light up. Well, how come they ain't lighting up out there? The fuck are they talking about?
conspiracy, right? The idea that making people believe that we're on a planet spinning through.
Okay, he's obviously just reading a script. So
don't say his name 3 times. Don't say his name a third time. Nobody say his name a third time or he might show up. So come on, y'all.
I mean, that's obvious. What's not obvious is exactly what he truly believes or why, because he hasn't really stated any of that yet. Maybe he won't. But look, you can see right now, he's reading from a script. You can see the reflection of the paper in his glasses. So this is clearly not some kind of genuine on the fly, because it's like, we're not talking about quick reference points. He's literally reading a script here. I mean, this is kind of crazy.
Basically, the scale of the conspiracy necessary to keep this up is too vast to be feasible. Millions of people have worked
Appeal to incredulity.
on space programs.
False dichotomy. False premise.
Either they're all in it or there's some sort of parallel industry constantly psyoping the people in the space industry. Whether
appeal to extreme. I mean, how many times did Austin use the words I think, I feel, I, me, my view, compared to Harrison?
Right.
And frankly, I don't really care about the scientific arguments as much.
That's a really good point. That is a really good point. It is a lot of I, me. Yeah.
Wait. Hold on a second. Oh, man. So he doesn't care about scientific arguments. And he doesn't care about the spiritual arguments either, because he said he doesn't get what it has to do with spirituality. So what kind of arguments are there? His feelings?
You just put him in it would have to be just his feelings, you know, put it in the belief category. Right, Mojo? Put it in the belief category.
I mean, let's take a second to appreciate that.
We can get into the PSYOP aspect in just a little bit, but like the moon is a sphere, right? Can we agree on that? Because I mean, to me, it's pretty undeniable. The moon is in fact a sphere. That
It's pretty undeniable. Like, what? I mean, how would you know either way? So, wait a second. Does he not know what a planetarium is?
Right. Thank you, Bruce.
Is he the type of guy who thinks train tracks touch in the distance because they look like they touch?
Da! Oh my God, singing music to my ears right there, Bruce S. That's what I'll try to tell people, man. You don't understand. You just because you see something. How do they know? Oh, just keep going.
Is he that type of dude? I mean, wow. I mean, wow. We're only at the beginning here, but already, wow.
we can all see. Do you agree?
We can all see. It's a fact that we can all see. How do you factually know the consistency of something without touching it, or have something else touch it and verify?
That's it. That's exactly it, man. That's exactly it. You see something, but don't we always have to investigate it further? You always have to investigate it further. You know, if you go just by your sight, that could be a problem. Boy, that looks like a nice big tall glass of water. Glug, glug, glug. Oh, sorry, that was chromic acid. You're going to die now. You know, I mean, there's those dangers. But it looked like water, therefore it must be water. No, it wasn't. It was fucking acid. Okay.
I mean, we do have, the public was presented with moon rocks. Now, when tested, it turned out to be petrified wood from Arizona. So I don't know how petrified wood from Arizona somehow proves that the moon is a sphere. Can anybody figure out how petrified wood from Arizona?
Yes, we're going to Google that. Somebody Google, how does petrified wood from Arizona prove the moon is a sphere? And see what answer comes up. Let's see what happens. Google, 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 Google.
Proves that it's a sphere. This is NBC News here. Obviously, this was reported on many news outlets, BBC.
Can't come on here talking about BBC. Oh, that's a British broadcasting. Never mind.
The Dutch National Museum said Thursday that one of its prized possessions, a rock supposedly brought back from the moon by U.S. astronauts, is just a piece of petrified wood. So does anybody know how petrified wood from Arizona proves that the Earth is that the moon is a solid sphere? I mean, I'm having trouble with that one. Does anybody in the chat know? I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. I just don't know.
Okay.
But you know, I've replicated a moon like with polarization where it looks like a sphere, and you can walk over there and put your hand right through it. Right? It's a projection. Just with electromagnetic.
Look at Harrison. Looks like he's short-circuiting here. As soon as Austin mentioned the projections appearing to be spherical, I mean, look at Harrison H. Smith. He just blinked like 10 times in 1 second.
He's like glossed over. What? Does not compute. Error code 404. Page not found. Abort. Retry. Fail.
It looks like Austin short-circuited whatever's left of his brain. I mean,
Again, it seems to me.
Again, it seems to him and only him, because if he doesn't care about the scientific method or scientific experiments, then he's only going on seems to himself. And I'm not even sure if he's going on seems to me when the moon is translucent and you can see the sky through it. Like, what does that seem to you? Harrison H. Smith saying, I accept the challenge. Witsit gets it. Prepare to be dragged kicking and screaming onto the spinning ball of facts and logic. The only thing.
Well, that didn't age well. That certainly didn't. Yeah, download rejected. No shit, right? No shit. There's Dreaming Lynn. What's happening, girl? Got Hello Baby jumped in here. I see. Realize what's going on. Shawnee B. Got a bunch of people in here. Unindoctrinated. Christopher Allen. There's Renee. Is in here with us. What's going on? Greg, you causing trouble? You better not be in there causing trouble. I do. Give you what for? You don't want what for now. Man, and Tommy, tell the truth. What time is it? Tommy, tell the time. That's what we're going to start calling that. You keep telling us what time it is, man. I know what time it is. It's always time to smoke a bowl. What's wrong with you, bro? All right. Yeah, I like that. Prepare to be dragged kicking and screaming onto the spinning ball of facts and logic. Well, that certainly didn't fucking age well, did it? Hi, Dreamy. How are you tonight?
Hello, I'm doing good. To answer your question, I typed in what you asked, and the first thing comes up on the petrified moon, proving the Earth's a sphere, is it says moon rock in museum is just petrified wood, and that was in August 27, 2009 by NBC News.
Wow.
I thought you might be interested in hearing that. But
Yeah.
that's the first thing on Google that came up.
Yeah,
So there's your proof.
There it
The
is.
moon is petrified wood. Someone scared the hell out of the trees.
Yeah, man. They're petrified with fear. It was
Yes.
that freaking asteroid. It was that big asteroid. They saw that coming. They went, oh, fuck. It turned into a stone, petrified. The dinosaurs. Oh, what's going to happen to the dinosaurs? They're going to get turned into oil. No.
But that is interesting, huh?
It is. It is.
It's
Yeah.
it's in the museum according to them.
Yeah, they said, oh, that's, yeah. Well, they had to change the tag on it. Now it says what those lying fuckers at NASA gave us. You know, and the word literally means fucking deceive. It means
Yes.
deception.
Right.
It's like, come on, why are we? People are just, they want this shit to be true so bad for some reason. It's not even funny. But Bruce is breaking it down good, man. I like this.
Some people have a very difficult time accepting they've been lied to. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
bottom line.
Well, their pride won't let them accept the fact that they got fooled.
Right,
They
right.
bought a hook, line, and sinker, you know,
Yeah.
and you're just going to have to swallow that hook, man. You're just going to have to say, hey, no, man. Yeah, they got me. They got me. Those sons of bitches, they got me. What? And then what happens once you realize that, once you capitulate to that, then what happens is you go, what else did they do this with? What
Right.
else did they lie to me about? What
Right.
else have they bullshitted me about? You know, and you start
Mhm.
finding loads of stuff, man. You know, because you start questioning everything and looking at the entire story, going, no, that don't make any sense. That's not true.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, like islands, their sea level is the same all the way around them. The land that sticks up above the water, it can't just be like a roller coaster and then the water's going to do the same thing along the edges. It's just not going to do that. It's just going to be level, sea level all the way around it. That includes continents. Just because they're bigger, they're still an island. They're
Yeah.
just huge.
Yep. They're just big islands in a huge pond. That's
Right.
if you
Yeah.
want to look at it that way, from the macro to the micro.
Right.
Yep. Let's see what Bruce has got going on here. This is pretty good. But that did not age well. Prepare to be dragged kicking and screaming onto the spinning ball of facts and logic. This dude looked like, okay, go get your helmet. It's time to get back on the short bus. By the time this was over.
Accurate I see there is the cry laughing emoji. I mean, that emoji is accurate. It is accurate. Because what facts and logic has Harrison presented? He hasn't even been consistent in his own so-called logic. Math THFCX said, Harrison also said on Twitter earlier in the week regarding flat Earth and globe Earth information, quote, I can tell you right now, there is literally nothing I have not seen. I know everything, quote, end quote.
Wow. And then comes on there that poorly prepared. That's what gets me with these people. They're so freaking boastful, you know? They're hubris. And that's why I love watching them stumble and falls, because it's like, yeah, that was a false pride. Made you fall, buddy.
Well, it's because they think they're smarter than everyone. And if they admitted they were wrong and they had been fooled, then somehow that diminishes their capacity to use their mind. It doesn't. It would actually show that they were very smart in order to say, whoa, wait a minute, you are right here. You know what I mean? But they can't do it.
Did you watch the full debate?
No, I didn't. I didn't even see any of it. I've just heard little bits being talked about, but I've just been busy with
Alex had to come out, and it was like, oh my God, what the hell? When was the last time? Now, for somebody who owes billions of dollars and shit for being sued, and that verdict come down a while back now, right?
Right.
It don't look like he's missed a meal. Yeah, I'm just saying he don't look like he's suffering none from it. Maybe he's just living on them boner pills. He just eats boner pills all day.
The thing is he's protected by the I'm sure his business is set up like a corporation or limited liability, that kind of thing. So a lot of people don't realize that there's a lot more going on in that section of our knowledge as well.
He come and brought his fat ass out on the stage there, and then ask Witsit, says, "Oh, is it all the other planets? Are they flat too?" Ha 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 ha. Like, oh, don't forget to buy my boner pills. Fuck, guy, just go away.
See, I don't know. Now, see, this is what's weird, because I didn't buy the globe when I was a child, but I did think that I did buy the bullshit about the planets. Okay. So I have to say that, they get you one way or another, but now I don't see it like that. It could just be a big dark curtain up there with little holes poked in it. Some are bigger, some are little. We don't know.
Could be. We don't know, man. We don't know.
Right.
Just
we don't
the
know.
wizard tells us one thing, don't make it so. That's for sure. Because we found out how they came to their conclusions, and it's like laughable. It's laughable.
Yeah, it is.
Send me an image of that, because wow, I already crowned him the narcissist king before that. I mean, that is literally his own receipt for being the king of who says that? I know everything. There is literally nothing I have not seen. I mean, do you know how many countless hours he would have had to have been on the internet? I mean, we're talking years and years and years. I mean, so he said,
I've been doing this for a while, and I haven't seen everything. And I know I've looked at it a lot more than this bird has, Come on.
He's seen absolutely everything Austin has seen. He's seen absolutely everything every single flat Earth researcher has seen. I mean, does he have some kind of time machine to hit pause? I mean, how would he have been able to see all that? It's hilarious the amount of unsolicited advice I am getting from my upcoming flat Earth debate with Witsit Gets It. People flying in from all sides with charts and data and expletive. I can tell you right now, there is literally nothing that I have not seen. I know everything. Wow. I mean, I don't know if there was anybody in the Mind Shop chat right now doubting the narcissism, but if there was, do you still doubt his championship level narcissism? Does anybody still doubt it? But again, I crowned this guy as soon as he starts talking about his own personal vision of what God is. I mean, the level of narcissism, complete disregard. He claims to be a Christian. I mean, he's even got a cross. Look at this. He's even got a cross in his name on Twitter. And he is saying he's only concerned with his own personal vision of God. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, wow. So is this like a middle school mentality where he already thought he was the best, so he didn't really prep? Like maybe he watched a couple of videos on the side, like while he was watching TV and eating Cheetos, and he just had some flat Earth videos playing in the background, so he didn't actually pay attention to them because he thought he didn't have to. Is that what this is? Is that what this is?
I put Samuel Robotsom's book under my pillow while I slept and let it absorb through my sleep. Yes, osmosis. That's the dumbest shit. I mean, that really, and yeah, that's exactly what he did. He broke one of the fundamental rules of the art of war. He underestimated his opposition.
Yes.
It's one of the worst things. People do it so often. They do it to me continuously, and they get taught a very humbling lesson. A very humbling lesson. I don't know. Did you check Flatzoid out when the Load Lodge showed up over there finally?
No, actually, I've been kind of staying away from all the flat Earth stuff because there's so many stupid people. It just totally annoys me, and I feel like I have lots better time to do because not that I know everything, but I know enough to say, okay, well, I don't believe in that globe and whatnot, and I just don't need all them. Because what I'm seeing, or what started getting to me, was when people take and use the word science, and now they're trying to use science to, it's been a deception all this time to now prove flat Earth. Get on with it, people. Don't use somebody's stupidity and their science, to prove something when that's all been deception. They've used science to deceive everybody. You see what I'm saying? So right. I just found it to be obnoxious and annoying. So I've been spending more time with my grandchild and enjoying my life more but I did see bits and pieces of, things coming up about this interview thing. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, but it's still the same thing. And that, what is it? The robot polisher. I mean, right on the money. He sees things as, right.
Oh, no, this is Mind Shock.
Mind Shock. Well, robot polisher and this dude apparently can just see through the manipulation and bullshit. Just bam, in your face.
One of the things we noticed while I reviewed this debate, one of the things that I noticed was that the imagery that InfoWars was showing while Witsit was talking, and I thought that right there, that's some dirty shit. I wonder how many other people are really picking up on that. A few people did. A lot of people did.
Yeah.
And I was like, why are they doing that? Of course it is. And he's got a whole crew of people. Who's Witsit got? He's sitting in front of his computer. That's what he's doing. That's him. Boom. Right? This guy's got a whole crew. And you can tell because he get down and he said, I don't really get into the science aspect of it and shit. And then he gets up toward the end asking some science questions.
Right.
And it's like, wait a second, where did those come from? You said you didn't know any of the science or anything behind it. And now you have science that you know about it, scientific facts or whatever. Incidentally, take a look at the timestamp of where I stopped as opposed to how long the video was.
Right.
It accidentally made a palindrome, 11/18/1811. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
But real quick before I hit this on start, somebody said something about Judy Wood, said that her Indian name was Judy Morningwood. And it's pretty cool. This is a little young Indian boy. He went up to ask the chief. He says, how do we get our names? Where do our names come from? And he said, and the chief told him, he says, you are born after the first thing that your mother sees after you are born, like your sister, White Cloud, and your brother, Hunting Bear. Why is it you ask two dogs fucking?
Right. Right.
Anyway.
But yeah, there's a lot of very good
right here in this moment.
Whoops.
I was just gonna say there's a lot of good people out there, talking about the flat Earth, and they've got the information. They've got enough up here to just know it without going into a scientific debate over it.
Well, when you want to get to the science aspect of it, I shut it down right off the bat because the whole globe dies upon inception. Heliocentric means that you have everything going around the sun. You claim the sun is a big ball of burning gas. Sorry. No balls of gas ever for any reason. Never, ever. All done. It's over. That's
Oh,
the way
so
I treat
true.
it too, man. It's like, no, I'm sorry. Never in a million, billion, trillion years. I don't care.
It's those explosions coming out Uranus.
Yeah, right. See this post they put up on Facebook today. This was kind of cool. Let me show it to you real quick. This was a picture from a couple of years ago. Let me stop this screen for a second. Bring this one up. And I put, these cops are assholes. Because it's Uranus Police Department. It's in Uranus, Missouri.
Right.
So I just put, these cops are assholes. Anyway.
And look at their little red wheels.
Yeah, that's a sweet car though, man. It's like, what is that? 46 or 47 Chevy, I think. Anyway, let me bring that back up. Finish my shocks thing real quick here. Look at that. Just like clockwork. I'm good.
This wasn't going to be as easy as he thought.
I mean, if you accept that the moon is a sphere that's above the earth, everything else kind of follows. I mean, I really.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
Everything else follows?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this isn't even a pure reification fallacy. It's like a specified reification fallacy from a false premise and false dichotomy. I mean, what? I mean, this is a house of cards on a house of cards on a house of cards. I mean, this is. I have to give him credit.
If you accept that the moon is a sphere, then the rest of it falls into place. Okay.
Nobody else has argued this way in any flat Earth debate.
The moon is a sphere and is a solid object that's floating above the earth and circling around it. I mean, that seems to me like it doesn't necessarily prove that we are circling around the sun, but it certainly proves that the earth is a sphere. And
Wait, what? How does the moon lining up with the sun, solid objects or not, prove that the earth is a sphere?
Man, that's something I've been asking for a long time with these idiots. How in the world does that prove spherosity at all? How does that prove convexity of the earth? It doesn't. It's just dumb.
Wait, what?
I said it's just dumb.
moon is circling around us, right? That, to me, again, that's just imminently observable.
Eminently observable? What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know what level of English this guy's on, but clearly it's not very high.
Optically, even though it's 400 times smaller than it is.
But that,
on
I
its
mean,
face,
but
we just say obviously
that is the case, right? I mean, it is the same size prospectively as the sun,
But how would you know that's the case if you don't know the size or distance of the sun?
No, Bruce, I understood what he was saying. They have the same angular size. They appear to be the same size due to resolution. And he says that. I understand where he's coming from. He's not saying he knows the sizes of them. But even still, what a ridiculous coincidence. And if everything is in these concentric circles, like he stated in his opening on this debate, then how is it that we have elliptical orbits? Okay. The shadow of the eclipse back in October was 70 miles, and the one that we just had was like 115 miles. Now, how does it change that much? 120 miles, I think it was. How does it change that much? Same light source, same object in the sky. What? Come on, man.
That's nonsense.
Circuited shortly after the intro. Because it's like he can't even keep up with what Austin is saying, let alone rebut any of it. So Yeah, I mean, I think we're going downhill fast here.
Clearly, it's on the same plane as the sun since
Clearly.
it passes in front of it. So whatever that differential is,
Wait, how does something passing in front of something else demonstrate that it's on the same plane?
Yeah,
What?
exactly.
The main issue here is that Harrison doesn't know either model. So then Austin has to spend all this time correcting him on the model he claims is true, while also claiming he's not a trust the science guy and you shouldn't trust the establishment.
it's not perfect. I mean, you can bring up the image, but it doesn't match perfectly.
How does he know if he doesn't know the details of anything? So how would he know whether it matches or not if he doesn't actually know any of the details? Well, not only that.
Somebody's got to be giving him like, what the hell is his argument? Nuh-uh. I mean, basically, is what he's coming up with. He doesn't know anything about either one, but when something is presented to him by somebody who does, and actually who knows both sides of the argument,
Right.
Then he's like, nuh-uh. What?
Well, the look on his face is priceless right now. You know? I mean, you can tell the wheels in his head are turning and he's just freaked out.
He's just gonna be another in a long list of people who used to be on InfoWars that strangely cannot talk about their time when they worked at InfoWars because they all have to sign non-disclosure agreements. They all end up getting shit canned. They just fucking disappear. Like Truth Stream Media right now, that's Melissa Melton and Aaron Dykes. They used to be InfoWars reporters. Then they just fucking disappeared. And they can't say anything about it because of non-disclosure agreements. So I think what it is, I think Alex Jones is probably just a real fucking dickwad to work for, man.
I think he's been gagged, and in order to keep his business going and live his lifestyle, he can't speak.
Well,
because he's certainly not the old Alex Jones I remember when I was in my teens.
I saw his fat ass roll out there on the stage during this debate, and I thought he was going to break into some opera or something. That's what I thought. Looked like some kind of fat ass Pavarotti. He ain't missed no meals, I can tell you.
Well, he ain't been the same for a good long time.
No, shit, no.
Somebody's got him by the balls, and he's walking with a squeaky voice now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just how I see it.
Yeah. He'll feel the heat on his nuts when they burn them red heifers. I'll just leave it at that. That's how close to it he is.
I don't know any of the details, but it makes perfect sense. And he doesn't know any of the details about that flat Earth model, but it doesn't make sense. But it doesn't match, even though he doesn't know any of the details on why it wouldn't match.
generally looks somewhat like it, but because magnetic fields, you know.
It looks like he's really struggling with just basic English, and Austin looks so done with him here. I mean, this guy's struggling with first grade English and maybe even third grade science concepts. Like, he doesn't think stars, so he doesn't think solar systems move, and stars within their solar systems are not flying through the universe.
Continent that exists. I mean, what is the actual argument saying that it's a magnetic or torus field that's not actually a physical description of where we are?
Well, shouldn't we apply the same logic that we do with everything else that we look into as truthers? Like, basically our critique is that we're not a cult of thought. You're right. We all think for ourselves, and we're all trying to figure out what's going on. And there was a cultish belief system presented to us that you're not allowed to question without being ridiculed, right? But like,
it's really like Harrison just doesn't understand that falsification is independent of replacement. He doesn't understand deductive reasoning, critical thought, or basic logic, because he keeps asking for the replacements. Like, he's just not understanding.
What's beneath us? I don't know. What's beneath you on the globe? The deepest hole ever dug is 7.8 miles. No one knows what's below 8 miles. No one. And the globe model admittedly can't even explain it mathematically within their model with supercomputers. And, well, what is Antarctica? You can't freely and privately explore past the 60th south latitude. We effectively live in a real life Hunger Games. Like, that's a real thing, whether you think there's a globe or not. You can't freely and privately go out there. And
his response is laughter.
And that's based on what our government did in 1946. They brought the
He's talking. An InfoWars host is laughing at that.
Mhm.
That the UN
Mhm.
restricts travel. I mean, think about that for a second.
Nazis over in 45, Operation Paperclip. 46, Operation High Jump. We went to Antarctica, and then we considered Antarctica our #1 focus.
All right,
and
we'll
then
be,
all
right,
of a
we'll
sudden,
be right back. We'll pick it up with Antarctica on the other side.
We'll be right back.
So, yeah, man. As soon as you get to a point like that, go to a commercial. Go to a commercial.
Right.
Most dishonest fucking people, man.
That's
And-
probably the number one thing that I've heard in people that have been talking about it is how they would cut him off every time they got to a specific spot and went to commercial. That
Yep.
seems to be the biggest pet peeve of that whole interview.
That's yeah. And that was not by accident.
No.
Back after he got decimated completely.
Austin Whitsitt, the debate continues in the next hour. Stay with us.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Just we've been going for about almost 4 hours now. A
Well,
very
we're gonna do
unique kind
4
of
hours.
goofery. I have to hand it to him. The psychological breakdown on Harrison, quite unique. He has absolutely no support for anything and admits he doesn't understand anything about any of this, while also claiming to have done all the research and knowing everything.
I also notice how they backed up and they got this little cheap light up globe they had to put right there in the picture. You see it over here? Yeah, that's what the fuck. And look at he's got it. Oh my god.
Hello, puppy dogs.
Jesus, crying out like he's loud. Yeah, so this they put this little oh my god, CC. Like talk about being late to the party, right? Jesus. He's got this whole little crew. You see all these little monitors down here that he's got? He's got a whole crew of people down here at the bottom of the screen, working on his shit with him, And what's Austin? He's in his house with his computer. There you go, man.
Very few people are open-minded, Sovereign.
I don't know. They had to manipulate that poll, though. That was evident. That was evident. That was completely evident. Voting trend changes that much in that period of time. They send these bots out. That's why you post something about flat Earth on one of these social medias. These fuckers come from all over the woodworks, man. They come from all over the place. You just be posting all kinds of stuff. Nobody says shit. You put something about flat Earth, boom, here comes all these weird people with stupid names, too. Stupid ass fucking names. And they come on there and try, oh, you're an idiot, blah, Earth's a globe, blah. And I go, okay, whatever you want to think. That's cool with me. Hang on, you got less than a half a minute.
This guy and that establishment shouldn't be trusted. This is unique. We've never seen anybody debate like this before. At least we can say that. So that's it for now. I will see if I'll try to get part 2 done tomorrow just to keep this as close together as possible. But thanks again for all the Mind Shock listeners joining us. If you want to help support the Mind Shock podcast, help Logic and Reason return to a world where it's cookie going.
Yeah, go over to Mind Shock, y'all. Go over to Mind Shock, subscribe on YouTube. He's got really good content. That was just a breakdown somebody did, little 18-minute video of that whole 4-hour stream. So yeah, go over and check that out. It's really, really interesting. Let me see, what else was I getting at? Yeah, we saw the Nazis already. That was the entire debate. Where was it? Where let me see if I can find that part on this.
I'm your host, Harrison Smith.
Let me see if I can find that part where Alex Jones brought his fat ass out. Where is he? Oh, come on, man.
Well, Larkin Rose was talking about flat earthers and said we're all stupid. And so I gave him a piece of my mind, sort of, but I was kind of just telling him, he was mistaken. He is right on a lot of things, but the SOB blocked me. So now I can't even have a discussion with him.
Ooh, Larkin Rose.
Right.
Oh
Yep.
no, come on, man.
It's,
You didn't try to-
it's the only channel I know I'm blocked on YouTube ever. I've never been blocked before that I know of. But goes to show how stupid some people that can be so with it in one subject, but totally cuts off another topic, with no open mind whatsoever. But anyways,
I'm trying to find
flat
that time.
Earth seems to shut people down.
Yes.
It was towards the end.
What's that?
It was towards the end.
Was it toward the end? I think somebody clipped it off and put it on here. Oh yeah, here's another thing too. This is pretty crazy. Eclipse predictions from the 1800s, man. We have to have NASA and a globe and all this other nonsense to predict these eclipses. No, they're predictions. Check this out. This is from the 1800s even.
So this is a Pulsar's Canon of Eclipses. 1887 is the publication date. It has 8,000 eclipses computed in tabular form. My favorite part is in the back, though. We have these really cool maps of eclipse paths. And if we
Look at that.
This page.
Look at those maps. That's crazy. Look at this.
This page is all the eclipses from 2008, 2030. And if we look really carefully over here, we can see what this says. It says 4 in Roman numerals, which is April 8th, 2024. And there is the path for today. This book is super cool. Hard to find though, expensive. If you want, I have a poster version you can buy in my TikTok shop of all the eclipse paths from 2008 in that one pane, and then the next pane taking you to 2050.
Wow. Don't those look like it almost look like the same magnetic fields like Whitsitt was showing. Let me see. There's a little picture of those right up here. Hold on a second. Let me go up here. I just had a picture of those right here. Look like somebody kind of took an eraser to part of this. You know what I'm saying? And just left parts of it. Like these lines coming up like this and just left parts of it. And those, only the parts showing would be where the eclipses were happening. But that entire whole thing, I mean, it makes complete sense. It really does.
Well, my brain is still boggled by the fact that you can look through obsidian and see absolutely nothing having to do with an eclipse, and yet you can see darkness through using those little man-made glasses. It just still blows my mind. I'm still trying to figure that out. Because why can't you see it through obsidian? You should be able to see it just as easy. It's a clearish rock, right? So why can't you see it through that? But you can see it through the glasses. Where did the eclipse go through the obsidian?
Right. I didn't have any obsidian that was clear enough that I could look through. It was all too thick. Everything I have is too thick.
Yeah.
I tried to use some. I've got like a whole little jar full of chips that I found from where they were making arrowheads. I got a few broken arrowheads and shit too. And I couldn't get it to work.
It was Dr. Longo off of Old World, Florida that did that with the last one, not this recent one, but the last one before that. And it still just blows my mind. I was like, wow, that was just made no sense.
I was I don't know where I did with that. You say that's toward the end of that debate? Let me pull that back up. Let me go back up to my weekend. There's all the ones of McToon freaking out about the debate. He wasn't real happy about it. So as it turns out, Jaron didn't set that up or concrete it in for me and Flatzoid to debate Craig and Toon Saturday. So now he's want to set up a different date, which means I got to get with Flatzoid. And once I get off here, I'm going to have to email him and let him know what's going on. But
Yeah, I just can't watch those morons anymore.
had people say that they're not ever going to watch either one of those two clowns again after that debate. I said that's all they'll need right there. That's
Right.
all they'll need. Well, wait a second. Where did that full debate go to? I had the damn thing on. Here it is. Okay. So you say it was up toward the end.
Fight it. So if you see what I'm saying,
I mean,
I hate that little circle of despair. Pisses me off to no end. Really does.
At least in our solar system,
you should be able to measure.
The biggest
There he
problem
is.
since I was
There
a
he
kid
is.
with
See what we can get up. Come on, man. It's really not that big a deal that you got to stop the goddamn thing on me.
all of the things that we're talking about.
So, and just to throw out, I did.
There he is.
A whole. So, and
This was
just
where
to
they
throw
was
out,
talking about that stupid ass bridge.
Why can't anybody see that?
I know, right? Yeah, sure. That's real. That's not a fucked up photograph at all. No, that's really like that. Sure.
I did drop I just really quickly dropped like 5 other pictures of Pontchartrain that we should pull up because this is not what you see when you look at the whole bridge. It's insanely flat. But I will point out a few things about this. This is an older argument from around 2015. It's kind of become a meme actually, and most Globers have abandoned it because if that's the curvature of the Earth has to be like a fraction of the size they claim it is. It would have to be a tiny, tiny, tiny globe Earth for that to be the curve of the Earth. Way smaller than 4,000 miles, but it's a 100-mile radius globe, right? It's way too drastic a rate of curvature over that distance. In addition, it's a foreshortening effect based on
Wow, how
optics
far
in the
back did I
atmosphere.
go?
Which
I
that
thought
place
I was right
notoriously
at
has
it.
pretty crazy atmospheric conditions and pollution and stuff. And we've replicated a flat surface. You put enough of an atmospheric temperature fluctuation and stuff, it'll start to warp it, compress it, make it look like it's curving. Also based on your angle. In this picture, I'm pretty sure they actually compressed it. So you can take a picture.
Yeah, they
it's so
did.
deceptive.
All right.
You can take a picture of a desk.
Hold on,
It's flat.
Austin.
Here we go.
We have a guest appearance here. Alex Jones has made his
Perfect time for an interruption.
Yeah.
What do you mean TikTok got banned, Holodonkey? Details.
appearance of the Flat Earth debate.
Listen, I'm only going to ask you a real quick question. Are the sun and other planets flat as well? Because I've been a big astronomer since I was a kid with my dad when we had professional telescopes when I was a kid. Now anybody can get them that have the computerized controls. I've sat there overnight drinking a 12-pack of beer in college with a 35mm camera hooked to a 12-inch refractor telescope and taken photos of Saturn and Jupiter and watched it as it's turning, watched the globes turning. I put green lenses on, the telescope and could watch the sun and over, an hour see it turn and see, see coronal mass ejections moving in the time lapse. Boom, it's round, done.
Debate over, Austin.
Buy my boner pills.
Wait, listen to the answer.
There it is. That's it. But you notice that was a timed interruption. Bring his big fat ass on there. Don't forget I'm the boss.
Round does not mean a sphere.
Nope.
Why don't people get that? It can be 2D where that we're looking at. And if you look at a flashlight, we do copycat what we see and it's round.
Cylinders
when you turn
are
it
round.
on. Right.
A cylinder's round.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah.
Thing they don't understand is level is a condition. It's not a shape.
Right.
Okay. So we're talking about it's not about a shape. It's about the condition. Is it a convex sphere? No, obviously not. That's ridiculous. I mean, that's the thinkings of a crazy person right there. So, and like I say, right from the get-go, globe dies. No Helios, not in the way you're talking.
Helios, no.
Nope, not happening. Not happening. So I wonder where our friend Timmy Bob's at here tonight. I know that you was probably been wanting to talk to Timmy Bob, haven't you, Jamie?
Oh, I'm not sure if I know who Timmy Bob is.
he rage quit off here the other night.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm. He got mad at me.
Yeah, I've lurked a little bit, but I click on it and I'll give you your thumbs up, and I see all the same old, and I'm like, okay, I can't do this tonight. But I don't know, just so many closed minds, and then they get into these rages, and yeah.
Yeah, somebody, what's going on? Does a holodonkey come back with could be shaped like a coaster? What's this deal about the TikTok? I'd heard they're trying to ban it, but I've never seen them do anything that fast. So has it been banned? I don't see it being banned off my phone. It's still working on my phone. So I don't know when's this supposed to come about, or is it just to make people pissed off? And because I personally, I don't care a whole lot about TikTok. I really don't. I see it. It's a very chaotic platform. I don't like it. I don't like chaotic shit, and it's, a lot of bullshit, like seeing some guy wearing a baseball hat backwards, playing somebody's video going, like that the whole time. And it's like, what the fuck, why don't you move your stupid head out of the way and just play the video, Oh, there's the whole thing I was looking for right there.
Well, that guy said it perfectly when he called him narcissist,
Yeah. Oh,
and the only way you can shut a narcissist down is to just cut him off.
It's this thing.
Or her.
Are the sun and other planets flat as well? Because I've been a big astronomer since I was a kid with my dad, when we had professional telescopes when I was a kid. Now anybody can get them that have the computerized controls. I've sat there overnight drinking a 12-pack of beer.
That's the problem. He couldn't see straight. He drank a 12-pack of beer.
No shit. Judging by that Dickie Doo he's carrying around, he might that beer stuck with him too, boy. Tell you what. You know what that is, Dickie Doo?
Yep. Like a tool shed.
That's where your belly stick out more than your Dickie Doo.
Yep. Yeah, I've heard it called that. I've heard it called the tool shed and other things. Fat belly. Beer belly.
Oh yeah, I saw that already. Let me see. Wait a second. I need to go to. I want that there. Back into my own stuff. I found this really an interesting picture. There's a difference. Some people on the beach in 1960 and some people on the beach in 2023. What in the fuck has happened to my people, man? Look at that. This used to be like this guy here on the left and shit. That used to be a rarity. That was rare.
Well, with all the medications and all the food additives and preservatives and flavor enhancers and stuff like that, it has ruined people's metabolisms. Just plain and simply ruined them.
Oh man, this is pretty cool. I got right here. This is a giant honeybees shimmering waves behavior when a predator approaches. A chemical called Nasanov pheromone is released to embolden them to stay together. This is kind of wild looking, man. What do they say? They were giant honeybees? Check that out.
Interesting.
Like the lunar wave. Yeah, right, Mojo.
And what did he say caused that?
Oh, when a predator comes near or they perceive a threat.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it's almost like it looks like there's a pattern. There's a pattern, definitely.
They're communicating.
Yeah, they are.
วยงาม
What in the world, man? That's nuts. Insects are amazing. They creep me out. You know, I'm not a real big fan of insects, but
Right.
oh,
Well,
this was pretty cool too. Birds even know. Birds even know. What was you gonna say, Dreamy? What was you gonna say?
Sorry, I had to sneeze. I was
Oh,
going to
that's-
say, whenever they go out and collect bee swarms, once they get the queen in the box,
Mhm.
the rest of the bees will just go into that box. They'll just
Yep.
march right in a row as fast as they can. And the other bees will fan that pheromone to let the other bees know that the queen is in the box. Right, at
Right,
the
right.
entrance.
They're
Very
amazing.
interesting.
Amazing little creatures.
Yeah, they
Well,
are.
this bird right here certainly knows what's up. Watch this thing. This is pretty crazy.
אורב! אנרכיסט, הלו! עזוב את הדגל, בכלל. אני בשוק.
Let's get rid of this thing. Oh, smart bird. Smart bird. You're muted.
So yeah, man, was that an act of God, right?
Exactly.
Where was this? Let's see. So this guy, regarding this was kind of interesting because these people are getting really bent. These people are getting really bent. This guy's social media is evil. Dougie's got the little flags up here. All of Witset's affirmative claims about the flat earth have been thoroughly refuted by others and myself, including but not limited to Witset's BS neo-Tychonian model for FE, which happens to reintroduce Newtonian physics. Witset's BS and contradictory blah, blah, blah. This was great. Even if everything you said was true, I reject everything you say and stand for because I've observed how you operate on CryptoKey spaces. You are a slimy, creepy, mendacious, insecure, malicious, and pathetic creature. You bring nothing of value. You're a POS garbage human. You know? So what was this? Yeah. You want proof of a flat stationary earth? Go outside or to a hilltop overlooking the ocean, and you'll see and experience earth being flat and stationary. Even the high priest of heliocentrism admitted that it's impossible to find empirical evidence of Earth's curvature and motion. And here's the guy says, even if everything you said here was true, I reject everything you say and stand for. Okay.
Right.
Even if everything you said were true, I would still reject it.
That's total willful ignorance.
Yeah, that's what we're dealing with. And it's like the worse it's coming down, the more retarded they act. You know what I'm saying? The worse the more it gets destroyed, the more ridiculous they are acting.
Or is it that's all that's left is the retarded because all the smart people realize it's flat.
Yeah, or they just shut their fucking
all
mouth.
flat
I'm going to
retards.
let people forget about me. But no, these ones that have shot their mouth off, it's too late for them now. Now they've done shot their mouth off. People like FTFE, McToon, these other assholes that everybody knows they know better. And
Well, wasn't it McToon that kept on trying to argue with you about the gas in the container, and then turned right around and when I was asking him questions, and then he admitted it had to be in a container, and then after that he got mad and didn't come back.
Yep.
Because why? Because he walked himself right into having to admit that what he was saying was an absolute lie. So now he's got to run so he can continue his deception with other people that won't see through his manipulative little bullshit.
Do you remember Andrew Tate? he was big talk here a couple of months ago, and everybody talking about him and everything. This guy
Name
is
sounds familiar.
complete twinkle toes. Watch this shit, man.
Twinkle toes.
Yeah, for real, man. Watch it.
I'll be the bottom, you be the fantasy. Don't be messing with the bottom tree. I don't play nice, I'll be bringing energy. You can have me only in your fantasy. Fantasy.
What? That's Andrew Tate. That's the guy that everybody was saying he's teaching men how to be men, how to stand up and be masculine. Yeah, it looked real masculine to me.
He looks a little wimpy to me.
He looked a little bit Greek, a little bit bathhouse. You know, I'm a little bit bathhouse. I'm a little bit rock and roll.
Remember the Hefty commercials? Wimpy.
Oh my God! Yeah. Oh, and apparently Harrison has been going through and blocking flat earthers on Twitter as well. They've been told not to talk about flat earth on InfoWars anymore.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty funny. And here's Sheepdog on Twitter has been blocked by Harrison Smith now too.
Well, that's just proof that they're being controlled right there. That's control. When you shut somebody up, you know you're shutting them up for a reason.
Right. When you cut out a man's tongue, you do not prove him to be a liar. You prove that you fear what he may say.
Yes.
See, I'm half tempted to play this clip from Network, but they probably copyright me on it. You know,
play less than 20 seconds at a time, and they shouldn't, with commentary in between.
Nah.
It's a thing with copyright.
I ain't even gonna worry about it. I will just tell you this: go over on the Internet Archives. You can watch it free. The Movie Network, 1976, 1976 or 77, way years ahead of its time. And it shows how the media really, really works, man. Excellent movie. Excellent movie. I ain't gonna show about the medical journals being deleted. No, I can't do that. Our hands are tied over here on YouTube because we got the little small hats running the show. They like that.
Twinkle toes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, twinkle toes. Let's see. We done that. Let's see. We saw the Nazis playing in the ashes. That was disturbing. That was really disturbing. Let's see. That was the entire debate. I'm trying to find where I was on my little feed here. And then Ryan sent me something too that he thought would be. Yeah, and then we'll watch this thing. Let me find that thing Ryan sent me real quick. What did my wife sent me? Oh, okay, yeah. The all these anti-Israel protests that are going on at all these different campuses. I'm seeing like on my news feed and Twitter that there's like, oh, violence erupted in Georgia at this campus university, and then here at this campus university, and in some other state. And it's like, what are they pulling, man? Come on. Just nonsense. All right, so this is breakthrough discovery in science. This is how they and Ryan said this is how they try to cover their ass with their lies with these new discoveries and whatnot. So let me break this up. Whoa, man. Yeah, he sounded like he was going fast. He just had was it a cop? Cop car went flying up our road like carrying the mail.
Wow.
It's not even Domestic Violence Sunday.
I'll be right back.
There used to be a law on the books in Stafford, Virginia. I think the law is still on the books that you can beat your wife, but it has to be on a Sunday between 3 and 6 p.m. on the courthouse steps and with a rod no bigger than your thumb. And the law is still on the books. You hear that, honey? We're going down to Stafford. If you don't start minding yourself, we're going down to Stafford. And then I'll give you what for. You don't want what for. You don't want what for. I'm telling you. So I want to go over here to this. A little bit hungry there, sweetheart? Who's eating? That's Brandy. Brandy's a little hungry tonight. I'm muted.
A provocative thought, isn't it? Well, prepare to have your mind blown. A recent discovery by a team of researchers at Harvard University is challenging everything we thought we knew about the shape of our planet. This team, comprised of some of the brightest minds in the field, is renowned for their groundbreaking work in geology and astrophysics. They are the pioneers in their field, the trailblazers who dare to question the status quo. And this time, they've dug up something that might just shatter our understanding of the world. The lead researcher, a Harvard professor with decades of experience, is no stranger to controversy. He's the same scientist who previously challenged the consensus on climate change and planetary formation, and now he's at the helm of this new research that's making waves in the scientific community. The research began as a simple query into Earth's geology, but it quickly evolved into something much more profound. As they delved deeper, the team began to uncover anomalies, peculiarities that didn't align with our current understanding of the Earth's shape. These findings were so startling they kept them under wraps, double and triple checking their results until they were sure of their groundbreaking conclusion. However, we're not revealing the bombshell just yet. But let's just say it's an earth-shattering revelation that could upend textbooks and rewrite history. One that could change the way we view our planet and our place in the cosmos. One that will spark debates and discussions and perhaps even incite a paradigm shift in our understanding of the world. And as we journey through this narrative, remember, science is a relentless pursuit of truth. It's about questioning, exploring, and challenging the known to uncover the unknown. And sometimes it's about daring to ask the unthinkable, the unfathomable, the absurd. A revelation that could turn our world upside down, literally. So buckle up. This is going to be a ride that will change everything we thought we knew about our home.
God damn, get into it.
What if the textbooks lied? What if the globe was just an illusion? Let's journey back into the annals of history, where the shape of our world was a subject of heated debate. There was a time when the Earth was believed to be flat, a vast plain stretching out into the infinite. Mariners feared they would tumble off the edge if they sailed too far. And this belief shaped how societies navigated their world. But as human understanding evolved, so too did our perception of Earth's form. It was around the 6th century BC, when Greek philosophers started proposing the idea that our Earth might actually be a sphere. This marked a monumental shift in thinking, a radical departure from the flat Earth belief that had been held for centuries. Fast forward to the 15th century and we find explorers like Christopher Columbus challenging the sphere theory, asserting that the Earth was not a perfect circle but rather pear-shaped. This was another significant leap in our understanding of the world. Over time, with the advent of space exploration, we've come to accept the Earth as an oblate spheroid, an imperfect sphere flattened at the poles. This image.
But that's not what we're seeing.
Right.
Right?
And they didn't start shoving this down people's throats until the 1600s. Not before that. So who are they talking to here?
Does that look like an oblate spheroid?
It's like a cartoon.
The globe isn't in the shape of a sphere, right?
Well, that's what he just got done saying, an oblate spheroid, and he's showing an image
in the shape of a pear. I meant in the shape of a pear.
Well, that's what oblate is, I guess.
But okay, let's take their logic. They said if it was, well, okay, let's pretend that we're using their logic, okay? If they're saying that it can't be flat because the water's going to run off the edges, right? And the ships would sail right over the edge. What the hell is happening on their ball? Where's the water going?
Round and round we go.
Yeah, it's because of gravity.
Yeah. Well, when I watch Water and Gravity, I pour it out the glass and it goes out on the ground, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, all their logic is really screwed up.
Of course it is.
It's like they say we can't cuss online. Well, let's use their gun logic, right? Because guns kill people. So let's get rid of the alphabet because they spell cuss words, right? Or they might spell flat Earth. Get rid of the alphabet.
Might hurt your feelings, you know.
Yes, yeah, might hurt your feelings. Let's
And
get rid of anything that can cause something else, right?
The S is really bad because not only the people that are real sensitive, but it's also the people that are afraid of snakes. So,
Right,
because
stupidity.
it looks like a snake, and it hurts their feelings when they see words with S in it. So if you spell shit, they get hit on 2 levels.
Right.
Right. It's, oh no, shit, and there's a snake on it. Snake shit. Oh, and they lose their mind.
But I mean, that's how stupid all this so-called logic that they keep claiming as logic is. It's ignorance. It's stupidity.
Some of this shit sounds silly.
So water won't flow off a ball, but it will flow off a flat surface.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if the earth was flat, cats would have pushed everything off the edge. I got to a flirt today.
Yeah. All the fish was swam away.
I called a guy a flirf today. Oh, can I touch your nuts now? It's like these guys.
Well, I did want to say one thing about to back up a little bit about when you're showing those bees. Remember years back, and I'm going to say that's when they probably started laying out those the lines in the ocean, for telecommunications, because remember all the dolphins and whales and sharks and stuff that were beaching themselves and dying in mass?
Mm-hmm.
That have to be a radio signals or something, some type of something that was causing their sonar to malfunction.
I never thought of that. Yeah, that's a good observation. That's possible.
But
that's
it
absolutely possible.
Yeah, it popped in my head when we were watching those bees, and you said it was because the guy was saying it was because they sensed danger.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's all I wanted to add to that. Go ahead. But yeah, interesting.
Nature is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, let's let this go further.
We've come to accept the Earth as an oblate spheroid, an imperfect sphere flattened at the poles. This image of our planet is ingrained in our minds, taught in schools, and accepted as fact. But what if it's not? What if we've been looking at it all wrong? What if the textbooks, the globes, the satellite images were all part of an elaborate illusion? Our understanding of the universe has been challenged and changed over centuries. Each time we've adapted, we've learned, and we've grown. So, it's not inconceivable to think that we might be on the verge of another shift in understanding, another challenge to our perceived reality. The world was once flat, then it was spherical, then it was pear-shaped, and now it's an oblate spheroid. But what's next? What if our understanding of the world is about to be turned upside down once again? Could we be on the brink of another revolutionary breakthrough? Let's dive into the science of this mind-boggling discovery. You might be wondering how
those guys are doing some science right there. That's the thing right there. There's the imagery. There's the imagery right there. So when somebody says science, that's what people see in their mind right there. People in white coats looking through fucking microscopes, right? That's exactly what they think. Dumb.
How did Harvard researchers come to such a shocking conclusion about the shape of our Earth? Well, it all boils down to the principles of physics and some ingenious methods of data collection. The cornerstone of their investigation is a principle we learn in high school: gravity. It's that invisible force that keeps us grounded, right? But gravity...
No, it's not. It's not a force. It's a pseudo force. It supposedly creates a force. And no, we've never proven that that's what is going on at all. So you're already coming at this from sideways.
And how does
He also-
looking through something that's cylindrical tell you what the shape of something else is?
I know, right? Yeah. Oh, I saw these balls.
I
up
looked
in
through a toilet paper roll.
Oh, good. Flatzoid's here.
You know what I
man,
mean?
what's up,
That's what they're
guys?
telling us. Hi.
Hi.
What's going on, Flatzoid? Hey, listen, man. So that I asked, finally, Jaron answered me, and he goes, "Thumbnail for what? You have me scared." And I said, "For the debate Saturday with, Craig and Mike." And he says, "Oh," he says, "that was I never got that concreted down." And then he asked me about another date. He said something about hang on a second. Let me bring it up real quick. Let's see, where's he at? Two. Come on, Jared. Where you at? There he is. He said the Monday the 29th is open, he says.
Monday the 29th. I'll just have to check my calendar and they'll get back to you.
All right. So I just
And
wanted
what
to let
time
you
would
know
it be
about
then?
I would imagine, I don't know what, I guess I'm flexible. I can be open at any time. So it'd have to go by pretty much what your time schedule would be.
Yeah, that's what I say. If it's more or less like the time we stream, it's perfect. But if it's like 1 o'clock in the morning on a week or something, it's not going to work for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll work it out with him after the show. I'll find out some more on it.
Awesome.
He was doing a live earlier, and then when he finally got back to me, I was in the middle of this live. So
Okay, cool. So what's the stream about? I'll see it's
well, we were
voter
looking early on in the stream. We were looking at the boat manipulation that took place with the poll on InfoWars. That there was a real heavy duty. I'll send you some. Well, if you go to Robot Polisher on X, he's got a whole bunch of shit on there about it. Let me see if I can find it where I was at. It's up in the first part. And from there, it just opens right up. Let me get it's up toward the top. Just a moment. All right, yeah, Project Bluebeam's on its way. Where in the world is it? Yeah, somebody even said, was there a water leak in the main, a water main leak in the middle of the night? Because this thing with only 11 hours left went from, it got ridiculous amounts of votes in the other percentage. And there's even a thing by Witsit where he broke the shit down too.
well.
It's over in
well,
the
Well,
private.
the thing is, as soon as they see they're losing, they have to make a plan.
Yeah. But here's the point. If they have to go to the trouble to manipulate it, what's that say? If it's inconsequential, they had to go to and it had to be bots. It had to be bots, man. It really did. Here's the breakdown from Witsit that he had too. Let me put that in there for you as well. You can take a look at that.
Keeping up the deception is why they do what they do.
Yeah. And Harrison was so full of hubris prior to this, about, get ready to get your ass wiped on the floor with nothing but globe facts, blah, 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 blah. And he did anything but present any of that, He's like, I don't know much about science, da-da-da-da-da. And then he comes down. It's kind of like that Load Lodge guy, Keith. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. They actually just because they're under the impression flat Earth is just dumb. That's all they got.
Mm-hmm.
And then they think, this is going to be easy. These guys are just idiots. They just go against what I believe. So therefore they're dumb. And then when they actually get tested against it, they show to be the ones that are the dumb ones.
And
so
never
they have to
in
be
the
dishonest.
right. And never in the history of the globe has there been a working model, as they claim, that works. But yet you can take an aquarium and create a, pile. Have you seen those guys that do the aquarium landscaping things, and they'll create an island in the middle with water all around it. And that's a model of flat Earth, where their globe, they've never in the history of the globe have created a spinning ball with water and plants and bugs and fish and everything on it, ever.
Yeah,
they even have laboratories under the ocean.
Yes.
Where have we seen physical models for the globe yet? Oh, nowhere. Just toys. That says just for educational purposes.
Like underwater terrariums. I've seen these before. These underwater terrariums that they have.
Right.
I think there's a case where a guy, I think in 1967, he sealed up a bottle when it had some plants, dirt and stuff in there, and a little terrarium. Opened it again in 1972, added some water, and it hasn't been opened since, and it's still living. It's still going. It's its own little biosphere.
Yeah, it creates its own dynamic system in there.
Mm-hmm.
Just like what Earth.
Mm-hmm. That's what these people can't understand. And then when you say dynamic, no, they don't want to admit they don't know what that word means. They think it means that it's really cool or really super or something like that. They're using it in the, I don't know, vulgar context, so to speak. Whereas what that really means is many working parts. That's what a dynamic, your automobile is a dynamic system.
Constantly in motion.
Right? You've got a drivetrain that's working together with a combustion engine that's working together with a cooling system. This is a whole thing as a dynamic system within itself. But they don't want to know. What's that mean? I'm just going to pretend like he didn't say it. No, everything we'd bake like a baby in a hot car. It's like no. Stop. Just stop.
Their brain does. That's what's happened to their brain.
Yeah, I feel like saying somebody left you in a hot car. That's what happened, man. Like, goddamn.
Their brain overheated.
This is your brain on bomb taking too long in Walmart.
Influences how objects move in space. And that's where things get interesting. The researchers studied the movements of satellites orbiting the Earth, and they found inconsistencies that didn't quite fit with the idea of a round Earth. Now, don't get lost in the space-time continuum. Let's simplify it. Imagine you're spinning a ball on a string. It moves in a predictable pattern, right? But what if your ball started moving in ways that didn't match that pattern? You'd start questioning the shape of your ball. That's precisely what these researchers did. But it wasn't just about satellite movements. They also delved deep into the realm of quantum physics. Get this. They proposed that light from distant stars could be affected by Earth's gravitational field in ways that suggest a flat, not spherical Earth. It's like when you put a spoon in a glass of water and it appears bent. That's light refraction. They suggest something similar could be happening on a cosmic scale. And how about the horizon, you ask? The curvature we see could be an optical illusion, a product of light bending around the Earth's surface.
We're really segueing shit to get ready for, this is all ass covering, you understand, for recent arguments that have come out and debunked a lot of their shit. Now they're coming out with, the curvature could be just an illusion due to this, that, and the other. See, they're trying to segue their way into we just didn't know,
Right, backtracking.
Yeah. Bastards.
This is a phenomenon known as gravitational lensing, and it's been a hot topic in astrophysics for quite some time. This research is like a jigsaw puzzle where the pieces are starting to form an image that's different from what we've always believed.
And for those of you that are not familiar with the term astrophysics, what that means is imagination. Okay.
Yeah, it means make up physics just to suit your narrative, because it's not actual physics. It's theoretical. It's based in a non-validatable realm.
Right. It's kind of like my Dungeons and Dragons analogy, and they're going, yeah, but see, a +4 elfin sword can destroy an orc, and it's like, hold on a second, man. First, you got to really have orcs, and you really got to have elven swords. Okay. But they treat it as though these things are real, you know, because they thought them up. And okay, so we thought these up, made these rules based around this shit that we thought up, and that's we got to add to this paradigm. And I'm like, no. Oh, incidentally, Craig will be happy to find out that they're coming out with a new Lego model. I'll have to look. I found something about it earlier on Twitter. They said they're coming out with let's see, what is it? It's the newest SpaceX rocket. What is it? The Falcon Heavy. And there's something else that goes with it too. Stars, like a galaxy cluster or some shit like that. It's a Lego galaxy cluster. I don't know. They're really getting. See, when I was a kid, you went and got Legos, and that's all there was Legos. Okay, you had like, I don't know, four or five different sizes of Legos in the box, in a certain, you know, and that's what you had. And it wasn't no specialized kit or anything like that. It was like, if you wanted to build a rocket ship, go ahead, just build one. If you want, you know, that's how it used to be. But they've taken it down to where it used to be a toy of creative imagination. Now it's nothing more than just a model that you're putting together a different way. And you have to go by the directions because it has specified pieces. And it really, I think that takes away from the creative aspect of the toy itself.
Yeah, they're conditioning you to do how they want you to build Lego. Yeah, you want to build Lego. Let me show you how in what form it has to be built. Instead of saying, okay, here's the Lego, use your imagination, build what you want.
No, that's how it used to be.
Also, it makes you feel like you're part of building a rocket.
And we also, when I was a kid, we couldn't. My dad wasn't going to pay the money for brand name Legos, so we got some other kind of thing called, you know, what were they? Lock blocks. And they wouldn't work with Legos, but they were almost like the same thing, you know. And you get picked on by the other kids because you got generic Legos. You know, kids are mean. You know, you ever heard Eddie Murphy do the thing about the ice cream man? Where he's talking about all the kids be freaking out when the ice cream man comes around. I don't know if you got that over there, Flatzoid, but we used to have a truck would go around, the music playing on it, and kids would hear it and they'd go running after this truck. It was an ice cream truck, and it would stop and sell popsicles and push-ups and shit like that to all the kids. Eddie Murphy does this thing about all the kids freaking out about the ice cream man, and they'd be out there all with their ice cream, and there'd be the one kid that he couldn't get ice cream, and everybody'd start teasing him and say, we got some ice cream and you don't got no ice cream because you're on the welfare. Your dad's an alcoholic and shit. It's like, I can remember it was about how bad it was, you know? But you don't have that no more. And I can remember that as a kid. You'd hear that ice cream truck, man. You'd go busting your ass home to mom to get some money for the ice cream, man. You know, that was good times. But then all the ice cream men started abducting children and keeping them in the freezer. So they had to stop that, I guess. I don't know. Bad timing.
It's a testament to the dynamic nature of science, where new findings can turn our understanding on its head. Science, as it turns out, is never set in stone. This isn't just about a change in textbooks. This could change everything. Imagine the ripple effect of this revelation across various sectors. Let's delve into the implications this discovery could have. In the realm of education, the entire foundation of our knowledge could be upended. Geography, physics, even history would all need to be reevaluated. Our textbooks, which we've trusted for generations, would have to be rewritten. The very essence of what we teach our children about the world would need to be reconsidered. Turning to space exploration, our understanding.
I mean, think about it. All the books, even things that have been shown wrong, even in Darwinianism, things that have been shown wrong, they still teach it as fact today.
Yes.
Why they still got it in textbooks? Why are they still teaching it, even though it's been shown wrong?
Yep. It's even like I've said, you know, in American history books, 2024, it's going to be told in there that on November 22nd, 1963, a lone gunman shot President Kennedy from a warehouse in Dallas, Texas. Now, nobody with two brain cells that function believes that story anymore. Everybody, it's been done to death, right? Yet that's what the history book will teach. And they still are not going to tell you why we had a war of 1812.
And this is also why we sit with the Globetrotters today with gravity as a force.
Oh my God! I
Because
know.
they still pushed with Newton.
Yep.
That gravity, he didn't.
Yep. They should have shit canned teaching Newtonian gravity a long, long time ago. You know, in fact, early in the 20th century, if Einstein was correct.
Exactly.
But there again, that's an even worse unprovable than that. I mean, I was talking to somebody on Facebook today about that, and I says, "Well, just can you show me some space time? You know, what exactly are you talking about? Space time? What is that? You know, can you really define that? Can you show me some tangible proof of space time? What is this? What are you talking about?"
It's a cone with a straight line that appears to be curved.
Yeah. It's just some of the dumbest shit, you know, and it's like people, they want to pretend like, oh yeah, it makes sense because it is so out of the realm of your mind. And they go, oh, well, you must have to be really, really smart to understand that. And if I don't act like I understand it, then people are going to think I'm dumb, you know? So I better, oh yeah, Einstein, everybody knows that, sure, you know, and regurgitate some bullshit. They have no idea what they're saying, of course. They don't have to because they're just being smart by proxy. They found at an early age, if they regurgitate the shit that they're told, that people say, look at there, you're smart, and give them little rewards and stuff for it. And if you tell them that that shit was crap, what you learned was completely wrong, it's like, how dare you take my smart away? Well, you didn't have any real smart. You just had an illusion.
Well, let me ask you, do you think it's smart to get out of school, make yourself in as much debt as possible, to literally go and study, to learn things that you're never really going to use in reality anyway, that is anyway based on pseudoscientific belief that shows to be wrong?
Right. No, that's not smart at all. But what that does in the job market is show that you are a pliable person. You have been indoctrinated. In fact, you went above and beyond the necessary indoctrination. So you're perfect. You're perfect.
Yeah, you paid for your indoctrination.
Yep.
And you never hear those people say, I think this because of this, and start piecing little pieces together. They won't do that. They'll say so-and-so said this, or some ancient being wrote a paper on this, like Einstein or whatever, you know. They never use their own mind. They always take them from somebody else.
Well, and everything's compartmentalized down into this peer review crap. Okay.
Mhm.
And there's where you start running into some problems, because if it's not following certain academic beliefs,
Right.
if it's not following certain political beliefs and or both, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not going to be reviewed or accepted, and it comes down to publishing and grants. It's all about publishing and grants and money, and
It's
in that
all
case,
about
science favors the donor of the money. That's where it comes from.
That's exactly. It's just a publishing scheme. So in
Mhm.
other words, if you don't have the backing with money, they don't see they're going to make money out of it. They're not going to publish you, and then they want to know why there's no flat Earth publishers. Oh,
Right.
I don't know. Maybe because it's a scam. It's literally a how can I put it? A mafia.
Yes. Yeah, the nepotism. There's nepotism involved with this on several different levels.
100%.
You know, politically as well. You know, I think that's one of the reasons that our schools are hotbeds of Marxism. You know, they really are. Our colleges are.
Yeah, because peer review was actually set up to test everyone's experiment, not who they deem fit to be chosen. That makes it pseudoscience, because then it's someone's opinion to choose who's going to be experimentally validated or not. Instead, they just say, hey, I know this guy, he's a cool guy. This keeps up with my belief system, so let's take this one. This one's going to make me more money, so let's take this one. This one, oh, it shows this paradigm wrong, and we just gave this guy a petition, so no, let's take this one away. It's literally just rigging. It's rigging the scientific system.
It is. It absolutely is, and it's stagnating any progress, really. Because if you look at it like from this standpoint, there were a lot of people in the lighting industry, candle makers, chandelier makers, you know, all these people that made stuff based on oil lamps and candles and things like that. And out of that industry, not one person came up with the electric light. That came from completely outside of that peer-reviewed industry. So imagine if the only people whose technology was accepted or considered came from that one industry, we'd still be lighting our shit with whale oil, you know? And that's the same type of thinking right there, you know? Whereas you got to really, you have to give it fair credit. You have to give it fair analogy, you know? You can't just go by, well, this fits what we believe. And this is why you have these idiots when it comes down to the gravity holding gas. They say, well, gas has mass and mass attracts mass, and therefore, and it's like, wait a minute, no, stop. You just made a bunch of shit up.
Never seen it.
You don't know about mass attracting mass at all. Shut up about that.
Under the B column.
Okay, you're assuming that that's the case, but have you ever put it to the test? Can you show a downward acceleration of gases due to gravity? No, not ever once will you ever be able to do that.
I had enough staring at that guy's crotch.
Yeah, we'll play the movie out along. Yeah, we're looking at astronaut cock.
Astronaut crotch.
Astrocroc.
Understanding of the universe and our place in it would need to be drastically redefined. The laws of physics that we've used to venture into space, land on the moon, and explore other planets would be called into question. Space agencies around the world would need to re-strategize their missions. Our dreams of colonizing Mars or venturing beyond our solar system could be in serious jeopardy. In the sphere of technology, we've developed countless gadgets and systems based on our understanding of the Earth. From GPS systems that rely on the Earth's round shape to calculate distances, to satellite technology that orbits our planet, a flat Earth could throw a wrench into these operations. And then there's the impact on our daily lives. The sun rising in the east and setting in the west, the change of seasons, the ebb and flow of tides. All these phenomena are explained by the Earth's rotation and its spherical form. If the Earth is indeed flat, we'd need to find new explanations for these everyday occurrences. In essence, this discovery could lead to a paradigm shift, a complete rethinking of the world as we know it. The reverberations would be felt far and wide, from classrooms to space stations, from tech giants to everyday households. The Earth as we know it might never be the same again. It's the moment of truth. Is the Earth really flat? This question has been at the back of our minds, hasn't it? All that we've learned, all that we've known, could it all have been a farce? The suspense is palpable, but it's time to dive into the findings of this groundbreaking Harvard research. The researchers began their journey with skepticism, their minds brimming with questions, just like ours. They scrutinized every piece of evidence, every scientific fact and theory that we've held as truth. They looked at the Earth from every possible angle, leaving no stone unturned. The stakes were high, and the world watched with bated breath. The research was extensive and exhaustive. They studied satellite images, evaluated gravitational forces, and even examined ancient maps and text.
How do you evaluate gravitational forces?
I don't know, but I'm wondering how Harvard is swooping in to take over the scene of flat Earth when it was something well beyond well before their time. Just saying.
So they can control the narrative, man.
Exactly.
But you see
More
what
bullshit.
they do is, all they're going to do is just do mathematical equations.
Yep.
And then they test out these mathematical equations with more math and say, see, we did science.
Yeah, that's not science. That's just you making up with something. You're just, this thing about math being reality. Who has said that? Was that Red's Rhetoric said that dumb shit?
All the globalists think that.
Well, because he said that. Most of these globers, they're little, like, you know, them little fish that suck onto a shark and they eat all the scraps that the shark, you know, that's what these idiots like that remind me of. And Brenda's one that hangs onto the butthole of the shark, I think.
Well, those little fish actually eat the parasites that gets on the sharks. And
No, they eat the scraps, but yeah, they'll get the parasites. They got these little suckers on their head on top of their head, and they hang out a lot of times, most of the time on the side of them or under the lateral fin over here under their arm. You know, they're like their arm fin.
Right.
And a remora. That's what they're called, a remora.
I dated her once.
Remora? I would be very careful of a woman named Remora, Mojo. I would not. Yeah.
Well, you can consider them the leech of the sea.
Yeah.
Sea leech.
Sea leeches. Yeah.
I mean, think about it. That if you have to equate them to the globe like that, well, what does it entail for the globe? It just says they just blindly just follow. They have no actual
mind of their own.
How can I put it? Yeah, they got no mind of their own. They can't think for themselves. They can't swim on their own to anywhere. They need to hinge on someone or something to give their argument.
One of these buttheads might have been Toon. Had brought up something from Richard Feynman that said, where he said science doesn't prove things. Well, you know what? First off, Richard, you're not the god of science to begin with. And I don't accept that because science does prove things. Not always, but when you disprove something with science, haven't you proven something? Just saying.
Yes. The thing is, a scientific experiment can only do one or two things. It's either invalidates or validates. That is prove. The antithesis of invalidate is prove.
Right.
So if I've proven heat causes water to boil, I've proven it. That doesn't mean in the future heat's not going to cause water to boil.
Right.
You'd maybe just find something else that also causes it to boil, but that doesn't invalidate. You already validated or proven enough heat will cause water to boil.
Even though that you've proven heat causes water to boil does not mean that heat is the exclusive reason that water would boil.
Exactly. Or that there isn't a bottom lining cause for the heat that causes it. But your hypothesis has been proven because your hypothesis was specifically the heat.
Okay, so right now, just now, Jaron, as long as I got you on here, he said, how's Monday or Wednesday this week? Now, what would be your time frame? I'll have to convert it over. So you'd have to do it at
Wednesday would actually be the better for me because it's a public holiday.
Okay, Wednesday? And
yeah.
What time would be good for you?
Anything from 9 o'clock, I guess, Central African. It doesn't really matter. You can say 10 or 11 Central
From
African.
9 to
whenever.
Anywhere from 9 up.
Upwards at. From 9 p.m. upwards.
9 p.m. Hang on just a second. SA time and beyond. Now I'll have to convert that for him, I'm sure. So 9 p.m. your time is going to be 3 p.m. my time, which would be 12 p.m. his time. There. All right, I said that's 12 p.m. your. He said that helps me zero. I said it's 12 p.m. your time and beyond. Because I know that he's on the West Coast. Okay, let me check with 1 p.m. Pacific time, which would be 10 o'clock. Let's see, that's 4 o'clock here, which puts it 10 o'clock at your time. All right, so let's see what he comes back with. Let me finish with this video.
They questioned the very fabric of our knowledge, the fundamentals that we've been taught since kindergarten. And so, after months of rigorous research, the verdict was finally in. The world waited, its heartbeat echoing in the silence. The researchers took a breath, looked at each other, and then it was out there. The Earth, our planet, the blue speck in the vast cosmos is not flat. Yes, you heard it right. It is not flat, but a geoid. A geoid, you ask? Yes, a geoid. It's an oblate spheroid, to be precise. That means it's mostly round but slightly squashed at the poles and slightly swollen at the equator. It's a shape that perfectly explains the gravitational forces we experience and the way our planet rotates. So there you
Yeah. Just how convenient is that? Look, it doesn't show our shape right, so let's make up a shape quickly that will explain it.
I know, right? It's just the gravitational forces that we feel. I'm sorry, I
What
don't
feel?
feel any gravitational forces. I don't, these things are what's holding you to the ground. I'm not held to the ground. I can lift my legs just fine. I can walk up a ladder, a flight of stairs. There's no problem. What are you talking about? What keeps you stuck to the earth? Why would I need to be stuck to something? What in the hell are you talking about? Whoop, Flatzoid just popped out. He'll be popped back in. Cool, because I just asked Jaron to pop on the stream and we can get this.
He said he's got to go. Cheers.
Oh, okay. All right. What's that? I'll get this worked out. I see he left the thing in the private chat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I think probably off to work. It's let's see, 6 o'clock in the morning over there right now. Tomorrow. Or today. Yeah, no, it's today now. Yeah, that's right.
He's in Africa?
Retarded. What? Yeah, he's in South Africa.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard, and that's really takes some coordinating because Jaron's on the West Coast, so that's Pacific time, and then I'm on the East Coast, so I'm sitting here having to convert. Okay, so he's 6 hours ahead of me, which means he's 9 hours ahead of Jaron. And it's like, oh my god. But that's all right. We'll get her coordinated out. We'll get her worked. Let's see. There's just a couple seconds left in this.
have it. The truth about our home planet. It's not flat. It's not a perfect sphere, but an oblate spheroid. This Harvard research has opened our eyes, questioned our understanding, and changed everything we know about Earth. Whether flat or round, one thing is clear. Our perception of the Earth will never be the same again.
What is that? Why is that playing? There's no music on. There's nothing playing. Stop.
Who knows? Yeah, Harvard just wants to get in on the action. They can't be left behind.
Oh,
but then they're going to they'll add to it a whole bunch more BS so they can charge people, you know. That's how they operate. And Flatzoid is not wrong. It's a mafia. It's a huge crime syndicate because, you know, when you're deceiving people and lying, you know, there's no truth in it. But yeah, I've been on that kick. Been helping a lot of people. Even have a couple lawyers online agreeing with me. Because they're part of it and they're supposed to be good lawyers. And then I'm using these definitions, you know, words that everybody knows the definition of. It's easy to figure out. And so, you know, they're like, whoa, wait a minute. Yep. You know, and they don't want any part of it. And that's the thing. We got to get people to realize you don't have to follow the narrative. You don't have to go with the flow. These people are leading you astray. They're going to take you off the cliff.
Oh, yeah, they will too. They will. What's going on, Moon Bounce?
Trying to fix my audio.
Ah.
Hi, Moon Bounce.
What is this? Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people are questioning the validity of that poll. You know, because and my whole thing is I'm right there with Robot Polisher. I mean, if they had to go through the effort to do that, you know, it means that this is critically important. But even still, even with it manipulated, that ratio, I said we're going to see a tipping point in this year, and I'm still convinced. I think we've already hit it. I really do. I think we've already hit a tipping point.
Well, they've got to hide it. You know, they need to get their ducks in a row. We've done come along and exposing them, and they've got to hurry up and get their story to going so that they can get on board and change their minds and redirect everybody, you know. oh, well, we made a mistake about that, but here we go down this other trail, and there'll be a lot of deception thrown in that will get people that are questioning to follow it, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? The ones that are on the fence.
Yeah, listen.
They go, Harvard said it.
Yeah, but who's really listening to them anymore? You know, Harvard was telling us that, you know, safe and effective too, weren't they? So
the thing is there's still a lot of people, I think, on the train. You know?
Oh yeah, you're gonna have that. You're
Proverbial
gonna have that.
train.
Listen, there's not everybody's gonna get it, man. There will be casualties. Not everybody's gonna get it. For those with eyes to see and ears to hear. And this is the worst thing I ever hear somebody go, well, I'm not convinced the earth is flat. Well, I don't care.
Right,
I don't care. It's not up to me. You have to come to that on your own. You have to come to that on your own. Now, I can point you to the evidence. I can point you to the information. But as far as how you digest that information, that's on you. That's a you problem. I ain't worried about it. I know what I know. I know what I know is right.
Right.
So if you want to go on thinking you're a monkey on a spinning rocket testicle covered with water, then you go right on ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what I'm saying. You know, we know what we know. I mean, it's obvious. But then you've got these other people, you know, and they're still believing in something that's so far-fetched that there's absolutely no way they can prove it, ever. No matter how many words they try to come up with, it's scientific, right? Or mathematical equation. There is no way they can undo how gas reacts, how water reacts. I mean, we're watching actual action, you know, of these things. And they're claiming, oh, well, we live on a ball and it's gravity. Excuse me?
Right.
That's just pure stupidity and willful ignorance. And I guess that's why it's so aggravating, because, you know, it's obvious in your face, you know.
And when they say, you know, well, what's gravity? And they drop something.
Right. That orange was getting a juice job.
It's like, wait a second. So what was that? And they said it was gravity. I said, well, wait a minute. That was something dropping to the floor. Yeah, well, gravity caused it. Oh, did it? Well, prove that. Right. Well, it dropped. Well, so what?
Well, you know how they bring stuff out even after they've used certain technology for years and years and years, and then they'll bring it out and everything. When you were showing that other video just a little bit ago where the astronaut looks like he's just kind of floating, it looked more like what a balloon would do. And then I know quite a bit about Motec technology. Do you know what I'm talking about? No. It's what they used. The technology was used in the movie Avatar, where they can take an object and like a cartoon character, but they'll have like an actual human being body hooked up to a computer, where they put these little dots all over like your face, all your muscles and everything.
Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so
they use ping pong balls with green screens and shit too.
Right, and so yeah, it's all done in front of a green screen. You know, like somebody dancing. They can take someone dancing that's hooked up to the computer with those little dots, and you'll see their expressions. You'll see all their movements and everything, and then they can take and apply that to any other character they want through, you know, technology to make it look like a cartoon or whatever, like they did with Avatar. So I would imagine that they've had this technology for a very, very long time before it ever came out, and, you know, pretty much got perfected and released.
Hey, when everybody's a flat earther, what's everybody going to argue about?
Oh, I'm
sure. I don't know.
You know what? I don't think that I don't think there'll be as much arguing. You know why? A lot of this anger and this arguing people do about every fucking thing that there is just symptomatic of the trauma that their minds are under right now. I mean, this world is fucking crazy. It really is. People are really getting frustrated. People are getting frustrated and they're taking it out on each other and they don't know where to vent their anger at. They're heavily fluoridated. They don't know what to do. And this is why they do that. They get I guess they vent it by arguing with each other, and in a safe manner. I guess you can get away with saying a lot more shit to people when they can't punch your lights out than you could in real life. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think it's symptomatic though of a sick society, you know?
Well, there's a lot of arguing going on right now on many different topics, you know. I mean, a lot of talk.
Here's what I was saying about the peer review shit. This is perfect.
People talk glibly about science. What is science? People coming out of a university with a master's degree or a PhD, you take them into the field, and they literally don't believe anything unless there's a peer-reviewed paper. It's the only thing they accept. And you say to them, but let's observe, let's think, let's discuss. They don't do it. It's just, is it in a peer-reviewed paper or not? That's their view of science. I think it's pathetic. Very. Gone into universities as bright young people, they come out of them brain dead, not even knowing what science means. They think it means peer-reviewed papers, etc. No, that's academia. And if a paper is peer-reviewed, it means everybody thought the same, therefore they approved it. An unintended consequence is that when new knowledge emerges, new scientific insights, they can never, ever be peer-reviewed. So we're blocking all new advances in science that are big advances. If you look at the breakthroughs in science, almost always they don't come from the center of that profession. They come from the fringe.
Yeah.
The finest candle makers in the world couldn't even think of electric lights. They don't come from within. They often come from outside the breaks. We're going to kill ourselves because of stupidity.
And I have to agree with that, you know, about 100%.
I was waiting for a Tasmanian devil to get him.
Well, there was one there stalking. That's why they had to cut that short. That's why that was why it was only a 1.5-minute long video.
But you know, it's all peer reviewed to a certain extent. I mean, even like, let's just say on Widget's channel and something like that, those are all like peers. So I mean, even in some aspect, you know, even panels and stuff like that, they're peer reviewed. I mean, it's all peer reviewed. It just depends on how they try to classify that, because it's all peer reviewed, even from the fringe in on even those things. It's like that, watching the review of the InfoWars thing, that's all peer reviewed. Everybody's reviewing that. It's just in the classification of it.
Right. Because technically
like
we are peers in that realm.
Right.
And we are reviewing it. We're giving our critique, our commentary on it. And in a sense, publishing through video.
You know what they mean by peer? A peer.
Yes, I know,
all doctors, if you want to find out about something, you talk to doctors because they're peers. They all are involved in the same subject.
Yeah,
a police officer is a peers.
Wait a second. Doctors are peers. And
yes, okay.
Okay, now wait a second. That means when people get into drugs because of peer pressure, I've been saying it, it's because of the doctors.
Well, see, like
drugs.
And I'm saying this because, like in law, when they have like a court case and you've got a doctor on the stand and he's being tried, his peers or other doctors that would be in the jury to determine if he was doing right or wrong or malpractice or whatever. Those would be his peers. Just so you know. That's what they mean by peers, people that believe and think the same way.
That's why I think that if we get, like, when people want to take a jury trial, they try to pick out different people, but it's supposed to be, you're supposed to be tried by a jury of your peers. They shouldn't have other people except people who, like, think the same way you do, like that, like doctors. Like, if a doctor got in trouble, all that should be on that jury is other doctors that are, like, have a moral compass,
those would be a jury of his peers. However, there is a difference between a trial by jury and a jury trial. The jury, they flipped it, and so like the common man just thinks that a peer is other people, but that's not true. It is those that are, educated in that particular field.
Yeah,
I just
you're
use
correct.
doctors as an example, but yeah.
Right, but it's just like, just in like with the radius of the world and stuff like that. When they talk about peer reviewed, see, that's the problem that everybody's got into, is because the information age is so great that just normal, everyday us can now start reading all of those papers, and then that's what's really thrown it, because now just regular people have that. It's like the thing they used to do, I think, with the Bible or something. They used to keep it away from everybody so that only the, like, religious people or priests would have it, and you had to go to them for them to give you the info, and you couldn't have your own personal relationship with your spirituality. So it's the same way with this earth thing and the realm of this. It's like, when Saab was saying earlier, I don't feel gravity when I'm climbing up the stairs. Well, wait till you fall. You're going to feel it because the little g is there. It's that same thing. That's the effect. We don't know the cause, but you're going to feel it when you go bouncing down them steps. You're going to feel that force that's keeping you tumbling, but it's just what's actually causing that that question.
What force other than displacement is there?
Well, gravity is what everybody says. It's weight. So, I mean, gravity is there when people are like, you explain to me what gravity is. It's even when you say it, you're like, well, you just tell me what gravity is, but you say it out of your own mouth. Most of the time it's weight. Gravity is the weight. So it's like,
and weight is what? The relative density of an object within a given medium.
Right. So it's there. I mean, the gravity thing is there. It's like I was saying one last time. It's like they got the word gravity, and they want to keep it. It's just like if you noticed on that InfoWars, it was like even Witsit was going, see, the small g is there. We know it's there. We know it's there. We use it. We use it. We use the small g. It's just the thing is what the cause is of it, not the effect. So it's like they want to keep the small g, and they're willing to do it, but like the globe earthers are like, no, if you claim that you believe the small g, then you believe in mass attracts mass or whatever, and it's yeah, it's like that's not true.
Effect. It's an observed effect. The little g can be a, okay. All you have to do is just change it to a, acceleration. That's it. Okay. It doesn't have to do with gravity or anything else like that. It's just the accelerator. It's an observed effect, with an assumed cause. That's how they slipped it into the buoyancy formula. This is, it's weight due to gravity. No.
Also, why would they need to make up? Why would they need to make up another word such as gravity when everybody comprehends the word weight? All right.
Right. Well,
they do that to confuse and deceive people.
Because isn't there a number? doesn't G stand for a number? Doesn't it equal something? I mean, even though it's G, like you said, you could put an A there, but it's still going to equal. There's this number that has to go with it. It
Well,
doesn't change. There's a number.
Okay, so there's 9.8 meters per second squared.
Right.
Okay, which is a rate, and it's an average because it's not constant. It's theoretically constant, but it's not, and that's only in a vacuum, which doesn't exist anywhere in fucking nature. So what the hell are they? What is that anyway? You know, it's the hogwash. It's all hogwash. Yeah, I mean that's what it is. 9.8 meters squared per second squared is that's an average. Just like the speed of light, they came up with all these different fucking they had different numbers. And so at a convention in Switzerland, I believe, in Bern, Bern, Switzerland, back in the 1920s, a big physics convention, they came to a consensus, and that's where they decided what the speed of light would be. Now here they're taking something that's a variable, an unconfirmed variable, and turning it into a constant. Again, you know, this is just really getting maddening to me how they do this shit. Oh, this is crazy. If you ever thought Tupac was really a gangster, Mojo, one of these, this guy, light in his loafers. If I show you this here in a second, I just going to shift gears for a second. I saw this and it blew my mind. Hang on. Check out this guy. He looks like he's auditioning for the gay dating game. I swear to God. Watch this guy. This is Tupac Shakur.
Okay, my name is Tupac Shakur, and I attend Tamalpais High School, and I'm 17 years old. Do you like being 17? It's like 17 is such a weird age. It's such a in the middle age. You're not 18 yet, and you're older than 16. But I like it. It's nice. Good, man. It's like a learning stage for me.
Watch, he's so feminine the way he talks.
Well, 18 will bring lots of responsibilities that I don't want, but it'll bring respect that I feel like that's the only way I can get it. You know, I try to be as mature as I can be and demand it wherever I can get it. But 18 is like, you're an adult. Like today when I had to sign the release form, I felt so bad because I couldn't sign it myself. I had to go and get my mother's and all that. But 18 it's just society's way of saying that you're ready. But 17, like I think I'm ready now, as ready as I'm gonna be in this world. But so it's okay. I guess 17 is all right. I'm most like my mom because I'm arrogant, totally arrogant. I agree. I have to say it. Like
now, is that gangster rap persona? When did that come in?
Or you like playing for a job at a salon?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, this is this gangster rap guy, really?
Not sure if you caught the thing that Nachiketa posted on his channel was where they the hormones that they've been putting in the food and stuff like that, and then or they did a study with using shots, hormone shots, and even a child, if in utero they get the mother gets a shot, it won't change the actual physical body, but it changes the child in, I guess, a metabolic way, so that their body looks one way, but yet they behave another.
Oh, wow.
I'll see if I can find that. I think it was posted on his community thing, if it's still up. But I'll get that for you so you can see. It was quite interesting.
Yeah, another zesty, groomed actor on the world stage. Absolutely. So they tell us that, oh, Flat Earth isn't censored, blah, blah, blah. It's a CIA psyop. This broad here is talking to Congress. Check this out. This is Susan Wojcicki. This is when she was CEO of YouTube. I guess she's no longer there anymore. I don't know.
terms of conspiracy theory content generally, our goal is to promote authoritative content to our users. So we have two principles that guide the way here. That's the first one, is we want to provide users with authoritative, trustworthy information.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I only have a minute and a half, and I don't really need to hear what you're trying to provide. I want to know how you're dealing with all these conspiracy theorists on your platform.
So the first way is by demoting low quality content and promoting more authoritative content. And the second is by providing more transparency for users. So we're introducing boxes that provide factual information at the top of results that have shown themselves to turn up a lot of information that is counterfactual, such as searching for the earth is flat on YouTube, where you see a lot of...
Your response is to put a box saying, nope, the earth is not flat.
Correct.
Okay.
So why is it they have to do anything about it at all? If it's not true, how will it gain any traction? I mean, this is the thing. If something's bullshit, people pretty quickly figure out that it's bullshit in most cases. But with this is the problem, and it's the perception deception. People are too trusting unwarrantedly in the authoritative sources of information, when all of them have lied to them from the get-go, but they still will continue to trust in them. And it's just like Charlie Brown with the football. How many times has he ever kicked the football? No.
Is Lucifer going to pull it away?
Yeah, is Lucifer going to pull it away? That's a good catch. We saw, listen, he got to kick it one time, and that's when Peter Griffith on the Family Guy kicked her ass for pulling the football away from him and said, "You're going to hold the football." And he says, "Oh yeah, and I did some checking. You're not a licensed therapist either." And he kicked your ass for that too. It's like, yeah, go Peter, go. I think I just saw that little clip on Facebook or someplace.
Sovereign, I posted that link where it was talking about that in private chat.
Let me see what we got here.
Hey, what is a conspiracy theorist when they were like who defines it to what it actually? What are you doing about all the conspiracy theorists that are on your platform? It's like, what's in a conspiracy theorist? I mean, really, what is it? What does that even mean?
It's kind of like a sovereign citizen. It's just a word to make people go, "Oh, somebody sounds smart over here," when they're really a bunch of dumbasses.
All right, let's see here. This is the thing you put up. Let me put it up. Does it go any bigger in it? No, I guess not.
I just found it very, very interesting that they can do this. And when you think about the foods that pregnant moms are eating, and they were showing that it was done, in a study, but that's probably why they put it in all the foods. So there's a lot of these people that have been being human experiments and not even realizing it, and turned into something they're not. Does that make sense? It's just like everything else. It's medical experimentation crap, weather experimentation crap.
I'm going to have to get into that. I'm going to have to look into that. That's some crazy shit there.
Yeah, it was put out, said by the Kabbalah.
Yeah, by the Kabbalah.
I mean, that's interesting, though, that if those things, yeah, it just makes sense to me that they would do something that's sickening to people.
Oh, man. So yeah, I'm getting ready. I'm gonna cut off here pretty quick. It's getting a little bit late. I wanted to just so that we can get off here on a lighter note. This is pretty cool. Is that the one? No, never mind. Okay. This is pretty cool. This is the Super Mario Brothers.
Welcome to them.
And 1954. Now, I didn't know there was any such thing as this before 1954, or is this? I don't know. It's hard to tell what the hell is real anymore. You know what I'm saying? But this is kind of crazy. A lot of oops, that's not what we want. We want this. Oh, that's because I haven't brought it all full screen. There we go. There it is. Those mushrooms look familiar. Anybody seen those kind of mushrooms before?
The
Those
Smurfs.
are a very potent type of magic mushroom. In fact, that's what my fugly fun guy is one of those types of mushrooms.
I've seen those up in the mountains here in Washington.
Yeah, you get higher and fuck off those things, man. No doubt. That's a Mantis muscaria.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but you have to be careful. There's another one that looks very similar to it that's deadly poison. So,
Right. Yeah, I didn't take any.
Magic and adventure, where a plucky plumber embarks on a quest to save his beloved princess and thwart the plans of a dastardly villain. Meet Mario, the legendary hero known for his bravery and his insatiable appetite for adventure. Joined by his loyal brother, Luigi, the noble Princess Peach, and a colorful cast of friends and foes, Mario must journey through enchanted forests, treacherous caverns, and towering castles to rescue the princess and restore peace to the kingdom. Armed with his trusty jump and a collection of magical power-ups, Mario faces off against Bowser and his army of Koopa Troopas, Goombas, and other minions in epic battles that will determine the fate of the Mushroom Kingdom. But amidst the chaos and danger, Mario's indomitable spirit shines through, inspiring hope and courage in the hearts of all who call the Mushroom Kingdom home. And let's not forget his origins, from his humble beginnings battling barrels in the wilds of Donkey Kong's jungle. Get ready for a wild ride through a world of wonder and excitement, where every step is a leap of faith and every challenge is a chance for heroism. Super Mario, an adventure for the whole family. Coming soon to a theater near you.
what the hell is that, man? It's like, where did that even come from? I mean, I don't think that's really from 1954.
A lot
Is
of
it really coming? Is it really coming to a theater near you?
No, I don't believe so. I don't think it is. If it did, that'd be something to go catch a buzz and watch. That'd be for sure. Definitely. What in the world? See, sometimes I get a hold. Oh, that's kind of sad. I don't think I want to leave you all with that one. I might want to leave you with this though. Hold on a second here. This is. Oh yeah, you guys are gonna love this. We missed Sean. We missed John Hawkins. I mean, wouldn't you say?
No,
You don't miss Sean?
no, and I don't miss
I was-
Nick, and I don't miss Toontown. I don't miss any of those weirdos.
I was thinking you needed to make up with Brenda.
Oh hell no!
Well,
That's
this
why
is-
I've not been coming around. I'm sick of those. Oh my gosh!
You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this one.
Piece of shit.
I don't get it.
Didn't you see that on Flatzoid when he said he was gonna show he debated Flatzoid and he said he was gonna come on there and show air pressure without containment.
And he blew on the paper?
Yeah, and he blew on a piece of paper. Yeah, it's like that.
That's
So
like
the air pressure was in his lungs, and his lungs were the container, and he blew out and claimed that was air
Oh,
pressure
no, he
without
said that
containment.
He said the pressure across the top of the paper where he was blowing had increased as opposed to the pressure underneath or some shit like that. And it's like you still have a physical barrier there, Sean. Okay, so the other air is contained from that air, right? Oh, shut up, you science deniers! This fucking guy. Yeah, he always wants to double down on this shit. Wait a second, that's not.
But yeah, Moonbounce, my thoughts was the same. His lungs are a container.
Oh yeah, I was over here on desktop. That's right. That's what I was looking at.
So that was Sean Hawkins?
That's Sean Hawkins, yeah. Yeah, that's him. He deleted his channel, and now I guess he's started another one. I don't know what he's doing, man. He's in bad. I half feel bad for the dude, you know.
I was thinking his second channel is Sean Hawkins Blows.
I feel sorry for all of them that keep on just trying to save face by believing the stupidity when you know absolutely good and well they can't.
No.
But I think they like that attention. They're a bunch of narcissistic creeps.
Oh yeah, good. I got that.
All I see is they're alienating themselves, and I'm just not interested in their damn drama.
What was this?
More important things in life to enjoy than to sit and listen to them freaks.
Here it says that the government is silly flurf. The earth isn't flat. Let's see what this is about.
It doesn't even matter what the movie's about. You're going to be brainwashed.
No video, real video of the real Earth spinning in space, which we'd all like to see.
There's Iron Horse.
This is what he's shown. This is last year from the Discover satellite, the Epic camera. This is actually the dark side of the moon. Going past the Earth. There's the Earth spinning. And there's the dark side of the moon. The problem with that is the moon's supposed to be orbiting the Earth, not just flying straight past it.
Yeah.
Your eyes aren't fooled, yeah? You've got your own senses, trust your senses, this is clearly CGI, but you go to NASA's website and they will claim this was taken from 1 million miles away from Earth by the Discover satellite. You'll notice also that the clouds don't really move. I mean, they move across, but they don't change, don't swirl, don't change direction. And 5 hours, 3:50 to 8:45, nearly 5 hours of time-lapse photography. Those clouds do not move at all. You ever been marked up?
What?
We don't have a picture of it straight up. We have to except for the nice composite fake images NASA gives you to make sure you keep leaving her in the ball.
Oh, it sounds like Jaren.
Keep fighting. Keep telling people we went to the moon simply because you can't let your mind think of the possibility that someone lied to you. The government lied to you. They can't lie. They're my government. Believe me, it's hard for all of us.
That's crazy. The government doesn't lie to people.
What difference does it make if it's a globe or if it's flat? They're stealing your money, showing you cartoons and CGI. Wouldn't that make a difference if it was a globe or if it was flat? Because they keep showing you cartoons.
Right? That's that last guy. That was Jake the asshole. Well, I'm going to show you a graphic and then I'm going to go ahead and cut out here for the night. This is pretty cool. One of the Mandela effects. We got to look at a thing for a Mandela effect. So here is for a TV listing for Interview with a Vampire. And I thought the description was really good in this. It says 11 p.m. Interview with a Vampire. People know that has changed to Interview with the Vampire now. And it says Tom Cruise is a soulless recluse who lurks in the darkness and sucks the life from all who come near him. He's also in this movie about a vampire on Showtime. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. I sent that to Stavely. Yeah, I don't know if anybody knows Mojo's Mojo shop. He's got his trailer park. He just went out to his trailer just now. He said he'd see me tomorrow. He's on here. He was in here just a few minutes ago, and I forgot where I was going with that. Anyway, I don't know, man. We've been smoking weed like all day long. So yay for
Parallax.
Parallax. Grab a some kind of shit's happening. We're all done. Where did I put my Morals and Dogma? I downloaded Morals and Dogma. Oh, there it is. Okay.
What's the difference between Morals and Dogma?
No, the book. You know the book by Albert Pike.
No, I was just wondering what you thought the difference between Morals and Dogma was, since you said Morals and Dogma.
Oh no, it's the title of a book.
I know, but what do you think the difference is? Is there a difference between Morals and Dogma?
Yeah, I would say so. I'd say I would say dogma is more of a creed, whereas morals are just doing what's right. Although your dogma can be going by your morals, but it's like saying what's the difference between a tree and a fire hydrant, though. I mean, it's kind of like not really the same thing. I don't know.
Interview with the vampire.
Oh shit. Well, you guys got any last closing parting words you wish to put out there into the aether before we sign off? Anybody?
Mines keep bouncing.
Keep on bouncing. Keep bouncing.
Yeah, an open mind doesn't mean to believe everything hook, line, and sinker without question.
See, that would have been. Wonder whatever happened to that guy from Heat Wave. Remember that song Boogie Nights back in the 70s?
Yeah.
And there was that one guy. He had his part was in there. Got to keep on dancing. Got to keep on dancing. He's like you hear him there. Yeah, man, that was me on that radio, man. That was me singing that song.
Well, you have a good night, Sovereign. Thanks for having me.
Right on. Thanks for coming on up, Dreamy.
All right. Have a good night.
See y'all next time.
All righty.
So, as we all like to say on here, don't forget the Lord loves a working man. Don't trust whiting. See your doctor and get rid of him because he'll probably fucking kill you, man. So, until next time, we'll see you on Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind. Have a great rest of your day.